Alright, so you guys wake up the next morning. You gradually, over the first few hours of daylight, meet at the same table on the first floor of this establishment. And before you know it, everybody's sitting there around the table.
Excluding this motherfucker.
Yeah, excluding him. But for now, y'all ask for various bits of breakfast or drink, whatever you would like. But yeah, here you are.
I'll have my usual eggs.
Alright. I don't remember what I charged you for last time.
Ham, eggs, and bacon.
If I remember correctly, Sebastian covered it.
Yeah, I think so. He covered our breakfast.
Yeah, but I still wrote down
Vegetarians
prices.
eat dairy. You're thinking of vegans.
But
Vegans don't eat dairy.
eggs, poultry.
Are you vegetarian or vegan?
Vegetarian.
Then you eat eggs.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him.
He's ovo-vegetarian.
Okay,
because it's not a chicken yet.
I'm a special classification vegetarian. I'm a pescatarian. I eat
you eat the fish and you eat the chicken.
Or you could be
fish
is
not an animal. Where you just eat chicken.
Okay.
Actually, we should just eat eggs ovo-wise.
So you just
in his eyes.
So you just eat the eggs.
I eat dairy and I eat fish.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay, so I think I have
No
the
red
original
meat, no poultry,
pricing.
except for eggs.
I don't think even eggs are
Bacon and
considered
eggs.
as poultry.
That's all I want.
They should be though, right?
They're considered dairy, at least legally.
That's really
Legally, they are considered dairy.
That's
What?
weird.
Because I mean, ostrich eggs are considered dairy technically.
That's so weird.
Alright, so.
They're just big, rich eggs.
Tray of eggs,
I love some quail eggs though.
I'm trying to think.
some water, gotta hydrate.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have water for my drink at the very least.
I'm having milk.
Duck eggs.
I don't remember what I fucking charged you
Also
for
greasy.
I'll also have a water.
Okay. So.
You know you've had
I don't know, fucking
chef.
Fucking, he already did that last night.
bread and some eggs.
Alright, take your shoes
Some
off.
eggs and bread.
Alright, so because I can't read my
I
shit.
apologize ahead of time.
But at least the bread's right there, so I know how much the bread costs.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 2 copper pieces for the bread.
Okay, hold on, let me try real quick.
I'll take the Denny's special.
Alright. Okay,
Eggs,
so...
hash browns, bacon,
How
and
much can I
cheese.
fucking charge you guys for the room? Like 5 silver, right?
I guess.
I don't remember who shared rooms.
Well, I shared a room with him for a bit.
I still ended up with a free room
Yeah,
because I took over Sebastian's room.
Okay, so
I just kind of slouch in the corner the whole way.
and you said you wanted bread?
Yes. Ooh, I got really late.
Okay.
Pancakes.
Turkey wanted
Milk and eggs and bacon.
milk, eggs, and bacon.
I forgot there was a song.
Here you are sitting, the sun shining through the window,
You having a good time?
eating and enjoying your food. Kezia, did you want anything? Did you want anything? You want another cold brew?
Bacon, eggs,
Just...
ham. What you got? Give me the grits.
Alright, so we'll just sell out the whole meal in one. Just
Just give me a lump sum total.
Alright. Nothing. Gurky had to pay 20 gold.
Bitch, I wish you would.
And that's the difference between me and them.
You and Gaki.
He's gonna pull a chandelier down on your head if you're not fucking careful.
Strangle you with the chain.
It's a really short chain.
Alright, so you guys are eating for breakfast. Sebastian's
then.
chilling there. He's eating his eggs and bacon, and with a mouthful of food. So what are we doing today, guys?
I think it's about time we took off on our quest.
So we're finally gonna chase down them bracers.
Yeah, we only got 4 days left, so we might as well.
Yeah, who knows how
Get
long,
him.
Who knows how long it'll take once we track them down.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, guys. It'll take us a day to get there, though. Even on horseback, it's quite a ways.
I mean, best not wait anymore then.
Shall we find some horses to rent?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, so Sebastian leads you to.
How much was our breakfast before we leave?
Oh, that's
anyway?
right.
It's time tally. Free breakfast.
We're just gonna leave without paying. Fuck it.
Sebastian, you got us again, right, bud?
Like,
come on, bud.
You and Sebastian would have to go back and pay that tab. Somebody would owe you guys a bit of change. Okay, so Flint owes 2 copper, 10 gold. Auric owes 5 silver, 1.
How much does a cup of water cost? You said 8 copper, 2 copper, and 10 gold.
You said bread and.
I said bread and eggs.
And eggs. Bread, 2 copper. Yeah. The gold is for fucking the whore.
He already probably took that out.
No, yeah, I already took that out.
Oh, okay.
He paid for it before he had sex.
So you said what?
Like
bread and eggs.
You'll pay after.
That's
what about you? Did she charge you on site as well?
She charged me after I,
stopped her lead.
did my duties.
Yeah, I'm not. How many eggs did I get?
So Gurky for the room and for the breakfast, that's 5 silver, 4 copper.
There's actually a lady who had.
And me, I only had eggs and water, so I should be the least out of everyone.
She had it when she was younger, but she didn't like them anymore, so she actually wanted to
I got 0 copper now.
And if she got it researched, it actually looked really good.
Yeah, 8 gold and 13 silver. That's all I got.
It's just a matter of like.
If it's right. No, I
work hard, play hard.
It just reminded me of that episode of last night. And like one of those things, like, oh, that job in memory.
So how much gold? 8 gold, 13 silver?
8 gold, 13 silver. That's all I got.
That's all you had left?
Yeah, after everything.
God, you guys are better off getting 2 horses and a whole fucking cart.
I want a pony.
It looked nice though.
He can sit on somebody's lap.
How much is mine?
It's 3 silver, 5 silver, 3 copper.
Okay.
So now I gotta figure out how much the fuck it's gonna cost you to get a goddamn horse. Or
If you would like, you could ride with me.
As long as I get the back, sir.
You're not steering this thing.
Prayers, God.
He's just gonna be sitting there, like his legs don't even drape over the horse. He's just like.
I don't believe they make booster seats for harnesses.
I go get it from my room. I forgot I took it in there. But
Wayne's just like, I
make
can
him
just
sit
tell
on
you.
the little pommel thing there in the front of the saddle.
Just shove this up their ass, and now you won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
okay, so let's say.
Can't fall off now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about speed or capacity.
Oops, sorry. I burped in
That's
the
what I was
night.
thinking.
Exhale.
Alright, let me get a sticky note. So I can jot this down real quick. Unprepared DM. As much as I thought I could prepare, I can't.
It's all good.
What are you, a clown?
This is why it's good that I'm the guy who's on the laptop.
What is that, G?
Mm-hmm.
Clarence.
Noted.
There's also a pony.
Yeah, I'm riding a pony.
Yeah, he didn't say any of that.
He did it.
Nope.
It's sad.
Nope. Tight-fitting leather armor, scar over the eye, same circlet we got. Human.
It's pretty clean, well kept.
Do you mean one of cherries?
It's just like, that could be anybody.
It looks like he knows how to take care of himself, like any functioning person ever.
Could have been nobility for all we knew. Like,
No, he's just really religious.
Now, if you said really religious, that would have gave something off.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's closed up.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
He's bearing a symbol of
But
the
then why
sun, you
are these
know.
larger, like...
Think
Oregon
little house
Trail.
on the Oregon Trail, little house on the prairie type shit.
Alright, so we're just gonna go with the code.
You wouldn't even get past the Mississippi River.
Are you guys gonna...
Anytime you try to ford it, you die.
Yeah, automatically. Let's not roll in this time.
anytime you what?
Anytime you try to ford the river, you die.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Try to ford the river, you die.
Alright, so... Sebastian leads you to one corner of town.
Like Frankie.
And
30 seconds.
He leads you to a very simple,
The fuck is a war pick?
just like,
So,
Kind of like a pickaxe, but for fighting.
Do you know Warhammer?
Yeah.
You know, pickaxe? Combine the two. Giant ass pickaxe.
So, he leads you guys to a very simple, modest-looking stable. It's open air. Just looks kind of standard, really, for any travelers who may in and out. And it just has a big old plaque overhead that reads "Able Stable."
He got too excited. I'm sorry.
And he approaches you guys. You the guys looking for the horses?
Yeah.
You need some transport out of town.
Yeah, we would like your fastest steeds.
Well, my fastest steed. They're all pretty fast. How many do you need?
Well, I'll be with Gurky, so I'll need one.
4. Counting Sebastian.
Sebastian just offers to ride with Kezia.
Alright.
3.
Don't worry, it's my holy symbol. 3 horses. I just imagine you're gonna plop Gurky in a saddlebag.
It really should. I am all for that.
Look, he's riding sidecar on a horse.
So I pick. I'm gonna pick Gurky up by his tiny little arms and just kind of drop him in the saddlebag. Pat him on the head. There you go, little buddy.
You said 3?
Thank you, good sir. I'm gonna take a nap. I had a very rough night last night.
So excited.
Have you showered yet?
Yeah. Sure.
Are you sure about that?
Sure.
Yes.
Alright, so he
Can I
starts.
roll insight?
Yeah, feel free.
Do I roll deception?
Yeah, you can roll deception.
8 plus 5.
It's 13.
13.
What did you-
He rolled lower. Don't worry about it.
So you're skeptical but reluctant. Like,
Must be the horse I'm smelling.
wow, Gurky, you really need to shower. All right. Were you guys finna pay for these separately, or?
That depends on how much they cost.
Well, it's 75 gold a horse.
I'm low on cash.
Hey, money
Do we
bags.
get to keep these?
I cannot.
Yeah, they're all yours.
Okay.
I'll
they're
give
all
you-
ours. I thought they were for
Can we
rent.
haggle?
5 golds.
You want to haggle?
Give
Sir,
me
we
your-
need these for a holy mission.
For a holy mission, go ahead and roll.
Persuasion?
Yeah,
Wait, what is my persuasion?
please fail.
That'd be a 21.
A holy mission? Well,
Hold up. You can roll an opposing check for it.
I'm not. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. There you go.
Well, I suppose I could take a little bit off. 200 gold for all 3 of them.
Alright, I'll
With my
You guys. Can
That's more expensive.
No, it's not.
No.
I did the
It's
math.
50 each.
75 times 3.
So
Oh, yeah. It's
25 off
25
total.
gold.
It's
Okay,
225. It's 25 gold off.
Alright,
I'm not much of a religious man, but I can cut you some slack for the good of your patrons and.
How much you boys got to throw in? I don't mind offering.
I got
a little
8
more.
gold.
I've only got about.
You're
Yeah,
not
about
even
100
buying.
I'm not paying shit. I am not paying for
How
anything
much
right now.
if we sell him?
Oh,
Gurky.
Gurky would
Well.
not be sold like a common street prostitute.
A small note like him, I could buy him for maybe 140 gold.
I'm to split the party.
I would look, gentlemen.
Gurky was
Huddle up! No, legitimately. I've got an idea.
Gentlemen, a small gnome like that, he can't do a lot of the heavy lifting required around here. And I know you guys are just pulling my chain, but I can't buy him. He's a living person.
Wait, we all speak Draconic. We can talk shit about him.
I'd have to pay him to work. I'd be losing money.
We all speak in Draconic. Well, I had this idea that if he actually did buy him, then we could just have you steal him back before we left.
That's very true.
But now that he said he's not going to buy him, it doesn't matter.
That's fine. I mean, he's kind of useful.
I mean, he did help
You
us
almost
out.
died.
I only got
You throw in 25.
You guys are still speaking Draconic.
25. You throw in 25.
Metagame. Sorry.
I'll throw in 100.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, gentlemen, so we come to a deal.
Yes, sir. 200 gold it is.
All right. And he hands you the reins of 3 very plain, very just normal looking horses. They're all just this obnoxious brown color. They're not special. They don't look special.
This saddlebag is more comfortable than I previously thought.
What did you previously thought it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Basically, he's laying in a hammock right now. This long
You
ass
just see his head
saddlebag.
poking out, just the tire. And it's like,
Extra dimensional
Ascot
saddlebag.
flowing in the wind. No, scarf flowing in the wind. Goggles on. Just
bang against the side of the horse.
boom, boom.
Okay, so they're pretty fitted with everything. You know, they got a saddle, a couple of saddlebags, just all the standard stuff you would need. No extra cost there.
Quick question: have these horses been fed recently?
I feed them every morning at the crack of dawn.
All right, just asking.
Would you like a little bit of feed for the road?
We may have them for
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
while,
have to
so
give him
yeah,
some
that's
more.
probably a good idea.
All right, I can offer you 3 silver for a couple of bags.
Sounds fair.
I'll pay 3 silver. No, fuck you. I'll pay 3 silver.
So he
Better, he hasn't chipped in at all yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
So he hitches them
Now I got
tucked up against
10
the saddle,
silver.
back of the saddle. They just kind of lean over the side.
This is sad.
This will last you at least
Got
a
one on your
day.
face, bud.
You're not paying for the horse; you're paying for your saddlebag.
If you guys are going farther than River Road, then you would want more food, or you could stop up there. That's your business. And he accepts your collective gold and hands you the rings.
All right, we best be off.
Alright, everybody mount up.
My horse is shorter than everybody else's, right?
I close the saddlebag over Gurky's head. I don't want to hear a peep from you.
Alright.
But I gotta play music on the road, so.
I'd rather you didn't.
I'm on the highway to hell.
Not a very solid bass line, though.
Horse back to the road.
So immediately you guys depart, I guess, unless you have any more business.
No, at this point we better not waste any time.
Yeah, better keep.
Alright. So you guys take off. Sebastian leading the party.
I pull out a lute and just
Sebastian
playing
party
that
and
elevator
he's
music
riding on
again.
the back
Just,
of
you know.
his horse.
But
Is
it's
he?
muffled.
So
because
he's
it's inside the
guiding. I guess he would be pointing and guiding, because yeah, the correct way. If he- oh my god, he had the perfect amount of gold for a fucking donkey.
Now who's the ass?
That's what I was gonna give him too. If he brought it for a pony, I was gonna give him the donkey.
As soon as you said he had 8 gold out loud, you should have been like, well, I do have this here mule.
Yeah, that's hey, go. That's perfect for this later mule.
And ask for an ass.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, he guides you in the right direction up the road north. You know, you guys just kind of feel like you've spent way too much time on this goddamn road at this point. He leads you out past the branches, and eventually the road comes to a split, and he guides you down the sign that leads to the riverbed. You guys are going at just a pretty standard pace. A lot of what you're seeing is just greenery for days. Nothing remarkable. Occasionally you guys come across other travelers, people coming from the city or from the village or from other places beyond that. Eventually the sun does begin to set, and you guys decide to make camp for a night. So you pull off the road, head maybe 30 or 40 feet into the foliage. It's mostly just a high grass around here. For about 3/4 mile, maybe a mile until you hit the tree line. But for the most part, you guys settle down for the night in these waist high grasses. Sebastian clears some of it out, just pulling it up by the roots and gets some stones, and he builds a little fire out of the various dry bits of branches and such that he can find. And as the sun sets, here you guys are sitting around a nice fire.
Bard, would you play us a tune to send us off into the night?
Why, yes, good sir. That sounds lovely. I'll just pull out my
Hey,
big-ass
man.
bass guitar.
Fighter of the night, man.
Oh,
Champion
champion
around
of
you.
the sun.
So, yeah,
Bella knows it too.
it was letting you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Daddy.
I don't watch it, Sonny.
Really?
So he just plays his bass. Ba-dum-dum-dum-dum-ba-dum-dum.
Like the Seinfeld theme.
I'm reading scripture by
The
candlelight.
Pornhub intro.
That was racist basis that he just did.
So yeah, nobody want to talk about anything. Nothing to share.
So, Flint, how was your previous night last night?
You were there. You should know.
Rolls back over. He flips you the bird over his shoulder. Sebastian just kind of sits there, leaning on his knee and poking at the fire occasionally.
So, Sebastian, let me ask you a question. How long have you been employed by Master Julius?
Well, and he keeps poking at the sticks. It's been maybe 4 or 5 years. He helped me out of a pretty awful situation. The reason I have this scar, he rescued me, took me in, and I owed him gratitude. As a matter of fact, I think this is my last mission for him.
Really?
Yeah. He considers us even. And I think it's time I move on to other things. Maybe get revenge for this nasty little scar.
Revenge?
And he just kind of shakes his head.
No, please, tell me.
Just, dragons, man. Some of them could be pretty cruel.
Dragons? What happened exactly, if you don't mind?
Well, when you're a young explorer, sometimes you overestimate danger. And me and a group of other adventurers, we were searching for something. And we found it, but it was guarded by just a dragon, a pretty big one. Not sure how old it was, or just and he looks deep into the embers. Not a big fan of these fires, He got me pretty good, took out my whole party. Julius came out of nowhere. I guess he was looking for the same thing we were.
Did you ever retrieve this item you were searching for?
As a matter of fact, I did. Julius thinks considers it his first retrieved item by someone that wasn't him.
Was this a magical artifact?
Oh, well, all of them are magical, really. It wasn't anything particularly special. But a cloak of invisibility can take you a long ways.
Do you know if he still has this cloak in his possession?
I couldn't tell you. He's the only one that knows what's going in and out. I'd like to think he keeps it for sentimental reasons, but I wouldn't blame him if he rented it or sold it out.
That's fair. You see, he does seem the type that would attach himself to earthly objects.
I think he's just curious. All these things are just old.
Do you feel any guilt having been related to such a foe?
I'm not sure what you mean exactly.
I don't resent Dragonborns. That's a whole different thing. Dragons are a little more wild, but Dragonborn, like I said, that's a different story.
Does the sight of Dragonborn make you relive such a terrible event?
No, not really. Sometimes I have nightmares, but like I said, I don't blame you guys.
Well, I would never harm someone with any particularly bad intentions.
I appreciate that, and that's how I know. There's a difference between you and the other dragons.
You seem like a good, wholesome person. I respect you for being honest.
Thank you. I respect you too. And he tosses a stick into the fire, and he rolls over on his bedroll and remains silent.
How much farther do you think we have to go, gentlemen?
I'm not too sure. Can I make a perception to see what I can see into the night?
Yeah, go ahead.
14. 20.
So as you sit there, taking watch, you don't notice anything. In the soft chirping of the crickets and the hooting of owls and bats fluttering through the night, you don't sense any kind of threat.
Well, I don't seem to see anything in the distance. I believe we still have a ways to go.
Perhaps we should turn in for the night then, gentlemen, and get on with the travels.
Yeah, that seems about right. We may have a long day ahead of us.
I'm gonna fall asleep in the saddle because it's so comfortable.
He has a little man complex. You gotta pick him up and put him on the counter so he feels like everybody else. So he likes sleeping up high because at least when people come to wake him up, he's at eye level.
Horses do sleep standing up, so.
Do they?
No, they don't. They really don't. That's a complete no.
I know.
But I'm still gonna, whatever. That's what I see is a standing horse anyways.
Yeah.
He wakes up and he's like crushed under the flank. It decided to lay down and it caught him
I
under.
guess I'm gonna be a basic white bitch today.
Pumpkin spice.
Yep.
There's two other options.
Two
I
others.
saw one other
I saw
option,
one other
but I'm not a
option.
big fan of coffee mate creamery.
I didn't care enough to. Yeah, I don't like pumpkin spice, so. Anyways. So. You guys fall asleep. The fire dies out at some point in the middle of the night. And you all kind of gradually wake from your stupor.
Oh, there's the caramel macchiato.
Jerky's still in his saddlebag. Sebastian kind of sits up and he yawns and he stretches out. And he looks up the road and he says, guys, we're only a couple hours away. I thought it was best last night if we didn't push it. So we should make it there before lunchtime.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan, good sir.
So he packs everything in, loads up the horse, everybody back on the trail, and after a couple of hours, you guys come across this large wooden post sign that says just River Run. It's a very simple wood carving.
We feed the horses before any of this happens.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you guys have a meager breakfast of whatever rations you have. You feed the horse their breakfast. You take off.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah. I completely forgot too. So horses randomly died. Just
Horses
they
keeled
came in my
over. We're
brain.
all thrown
Not
into
sure
a
why.
ravine.
Just like mid fucking gallop, just
Roll over you. Take a 3d6 bludgeoning there.
I died.
Make a strength saving throw.
Not really. That wouldn't kill me. Not yet. 9 more.
So, you guys see this very large. It's a simple wood sign. It says River Run, and you look around, and what you see is essentially just crops, mostly wheat, large stocks of corn. You see a small house, maybe a mile and a half across one of these fields. And as you travel down this road, it's just fucking wheat and corn everywhere.
I sense hobbits is a fucking.
And eventually you make it past these fields and past this house. And then there's more corn and more wheat. And you just go. And there's just farmland everywhere, and it's so drab and it's so boring. But far out past one of these fields, you see.
Is the corn ready to harvest?
No, but it looks pretty close.
Okay.
It's
Well,
very.
never mind.
It's very lush and green.
Because if the corn was ready to harvest, I was going to take a couple of years.
So I should have made you make an investigation check. So it's very, very vibrant. This very lush and lively green. They look like they're coming in well, but they're just not quite ready.
How about the wheat? Is that about ready for harvest?
About. It looks like it could still use a couple of weeks. All of it's just kind of almost there. Like,
just about harvest time.
Y'all trying to rob the poor farmers?
So
It
trying to
take
make
like
honest
3 years.
bread
I was going
turning
to take
over
like
here.
3 years,
Right.
man. They wouldn't have noticed.
So this would be.
I would've made it from
a
different
late fall-
stocks.
late summer.
Okay,
They would have just thought a crow got it or something.
I'm gonna take a few pieces of wheat.
All right, go ahead. You cut down a couple of the wheat stalks with one of your daggers. You saw into it. It feels very just healthy in general.
Salud.
I'm gonna put one in my mouth.
Okay. Just the stalk of it sticking out. You pull a cowboy hat out from under the saddle. No.
Just one strapped to the fucking bottom of the horse. Just
Right.
if anybody falls for whatever reason during this entire campaign, we need to play the Wilhelm scream.
Gurky rolls out of the saddle. No.
It is for use.
Well, I'll put it in post.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
eventually, on the far, I guess this would be the more eastern side, you see this large river that just cuts through the land. As the farmland levels out, you get a pretty good a straight view, regardless of the hills and natural landscape. But being high up on these horses, you're high enough to see straight over these, and you see this massive river that curves around the outside of these farms. And you start to get the idea that this is why it's called River Run. And so, a couple of hours after traveling through this farmland, you see these large trees, and as you pass the tree line, you notice a very simple, very rustic village. Simple cabins and such. Everything's kind of spread out and disorganized, but and you see there's a clearing at the one end where there's a batch of trees, more trees, but there's a nice space where you can see the river. And as you, yeah. It's a simple dirt roads. Very traditional kind of village. And Sebastian parks his head up. He's like, "Well, we're officially in River Run."
All right. Guess it's time to hunt down some information.
So as you approach town, you see another stable, and it looks surprisingly similar to the simple stable in Sran, and it also has a large wooden plaque above the entryway, and it says Grable Stable.
Grable stable.
Grable Stable.
All right. Let's approach the stable and stow our horses for the day.
Ask how much it is to board our horses.
Alright, so as you guys dismount your horses and you walk up, you see... Is it Abel? And he approaches you like, "Hello guys, what can I do for you?"
Abel?
"Oh, Abel, that's my brother."
Oh, we bought these horses from your brother.
"Well, shoot, thanks for supporting the family business."
How much is it to board the horses for a day or two?
Well, for one day, I'll take 5 gold.
Okay. Per horse? Or for all of them?
Oh, per horse, of course.
I'm gonna speak to these guys at Draconic.
What's
Do you
wrong,
think
bud?
that if we told him that this was for a holy mission, as we did his brother, that he'd let us stow them for free?
We could try. Certainly try.
No harm trying, I
Alright,
guess.
so who wants to make the persuade?
You guys actually see Dragonborn, who's actually tending to the hay with the horses that are actually in the stable, reply to you guys, also in Draconic. "Yeah, please don't try to take advantage of these poor folks like that. We very much need any business that we can here."
So you notice this Dragonborn, he's facing away from you, but he replies, and then as he turns to address you guys head on, he notices something interesting about you guys. And that it's you all bear the circlets from Julius and the Verdant Hill. And he recognizes you guys as reclaimers, essentially.
You all, and he actually drops the Draconic because he's actually floored by this. You all are reclaimers?
Yes. How did you know?
This can't be coincidence.
Cheerios everywhere.
You see, my grandfather, he actually used to run with the Reclaimers not too long ago. Pardon me, where are my manners? Fojun Valon. And I extend my hand out to anyone who's willing to take it.
Oric Frost, pleased to meet you. Nice to meet a fellow dragonkin.
Yes, it's actually very rare to see any of our kind out in this far. I'm actually only here just to help out with a lot of these farmlands. I'm sure you saw it, and we have like miles of this stuff, this wheat and corn and such. I'd like to say that was my handiwork. I designed the irrigation system for this town myself.
Quite impressive. You seem pretty proud of your accomplishments.
Yeah. but again, that's besides the point, though. My grandfather, he used to run with the Reclaimers. He showed me about that symbol, and he actually went missing about at least, it had to be more than at least 3 months ago, and I have no idea where he went, but he left behind a kind of family heirloom that I had to take care of, and I couldn't just leave the town or anything. So I was just waiting for the perfect opportunity to actually, once the harvest season came and they were actually good for the winter months, I was actually going to go and start looking for him. But it appears you all have found me.
So your grandfather, any idea where he may have gone missing?
No idea. He just he came in the house one day, seemed very dire and rushed, and said he had to go somewhere. Have you heard of him? Gra Reza Vulon?
No, The name does not ring a bell.
As you guys are talking, Sebastian pays for the boarding of the horses behind your back.
Good morning, sir.
The 15
Good
gold.
to meet another reclaimer.
Forgive me. I myself am not per se a reclaimer. It's just a faction my grandfather belonged to. He never really introduced me to that life.
Are you a brother of Apollo, perchance?
Can't say that I am. He's a
I still
green
did-
scale.
Do you have a
see
moment of
my-
your time today to talk about our Lord and Savior, Apollo?
No, thank you.
I still don't know
we
who
usually-
Apollo is.
I'm sorry, did one of your saddlebags just talk?
I just pop out of the saddle. Hello there, good sir.
Jesus! What is that?
We don't
My
know
name is
either.
Gurky. Nice to meet you, good sir.
This is our gnome friend that pat him on the head.
What is a gnome?
We haven't quite figured that out.
I think friend's kind of a stretch.
Our gnome associate, rather.
I waddle up to him. Nice to meet you, good sir.
Nice to meet you too, Gurky.
Sebastian speaks up. I wouldn't have shaken his hand.
You don't know where that's been.
You may want to watch that.
I took a shower today, don't worry.
It's
Where?
quite all right. I have
We
something
were on the
for that.
road.
And you'll see me actually cast prestidigitation to blast whatever was on my hand off. Well,
Could have been.
that quite takes care of that. Thank you all for the heads
God,
up.
having Gurky around is like having a small child that's constantly sticky. She's like, I don't know where this came from. I'm too terrified to ask.
Just bathed you 2 hours ago. Why are you sticky?
Like Pig Pen.
Does he? Okay. Since you all are here, and I could really use, just any information you guys have, why don't you all come to my house? I'm sure you guys are famished. Looks like you've ridden for a couple hours. Maybe you wouldn't mind having something to eat.
Yeah, sure. I would love something to eat.
I pay
We're not
to
interrupting
board
your
my horse
duties for the
before
day,
this
are
all
we?
happens.
Oh no, Sebastian.
Sebastian
Oh, okay.
already did.
He did it while you guys were chatting.
So I will just take them to my humble abode, which you guys will notice is not actually in the town. It's actually a bit far off, with a house by itself. And as I get to the door, you'll hear me whistle, "Spike, I'm home!" And you guys see a 3-foot green and blue pseudo dragon fly in from outside and actually land on my shoulder. Hello everyone. This is Spike. He's kind of the family heirloom that my grandfather left.
Interesting. I assumed it was an item of some sort.
Well, so this is something you actually might need to know. Every generation or so with our type of dragon-born tribe, one of the ancestors, our great dragon ancestors of the blue dragons, will actually drop off an egg for a chosen family to take care of. And, while my parents are no longer with us, me and my grandfather were left to take charge of said egg. And it actually hatched not too long after he left, so that's another reason why I wasn't really able to leave.
Interesting. And he's just like any other dragon. He speaks the language. He's
Well, you see, he's fairly young, so he understands Common and he understands Draconic very well. He himself, he cannot speak it. He really only has a sort of way of speaking to me, and then I gesture at my head.
fascinating.
My god, that dragon is bigger than I am.
Yes, we don't really have many short ones such as yourself that frequent here. Only a couple goblin bandits. This is why, not going to lie, I almost kind of struck you down there, so it's a good thing that you didn't look like a goblin.
It's okay, good sir. I wouldn't have blamed you. Although,
Well, you all must be famished, so why don't Spike and I just cook you up a nice dinner, and you actually, and I'll whistle, and you'll see Spike actually fly off of my shoulder and actually light the fire, he'll do a little fire breath and actually light the cauldron that I have over the fireplace. How's about a nice stew for everyone? I assume everyone here, likes vegetables?
Is it only vegetables?
Yeah, just a little bit of just a little bit of chicken stock in there, if you wouldn't mind.
I'll have to pass. Do you have anything that does not contain meat?
I suppose you could just eat the vegetables before I put in the stew.
I'd imagine the stew would take quite a while to be prepared. We're a bit short on time, is what I'm trying to say.
No problem at all. You'll be surprised at how fast this one can light up a fire. And you see Spike, he's still spitting fire at the cauldron, and it's starting to bubble intensely. So, the information that I seek, actually, you guys seem to be on quite a quest. Can you delve any information? I didn't catch your name, by the way.
Oh, he smiles warmly. He's like, my name is Sebastian. He's like, I'm kind of their escort and guide on this quest. And he holds out his hand.
You call him Sea Bass for sure.
I shake it. Sea bass? There's a couple of those in the river. I don't know why you would call him that.
Short for Sebastian. Sea Bass.
Is that a joke?
No.
Oh, I see. And he actually gives you a plate of cut up vegetables while you start scraping the rest of it into the stew and start stirring it. So can you all tell me about this quest? Perhaps you, Sebastian?
So he kind of just looks for a place to sit.
Please help yourself anywhere. Table, floor, chair, wherever.
Gurky.
Gurky on all fours. You sit on me.
On all fours, it's a little low, don't you think?
So are gnomes traditionally for sitting?
Gnomes can be whatever you want them to be, really. It's just...
This particular one prefers you sit on his face.
Gurky's a little broken.
That is incredibly unsettling. Why would he want anyone to sit on his face?
Sebastian just kind of chuckles. He's a little broken, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
And he sits. He pulls out a chair. He spins it around. And he sits across from you. And he explains to you about that Julius had sent them here to find these magical bracers. He was able to learn from a source that somebody in the town is using them to give themselves an advantage in a very unfair and unsavory way.
I'm sorry, did you say Julius?
Yeah, he's our employer. He's the one who runs the Verdant Hill, the place where we work.
He is my uncle.
He's the one that my grandfather most spoke of when he was with the Reclaimers. Would you be heading back to Julian after you're finished with this quest?
Well, yeah, we have to take these bracers back to him. If you want to travel with us and help us see this through, I'm sure Julius would appreciate it. I'm sure he would like to meet you.
I would very much like to meet this Julius person. I need to find out what happened to my grandfather and why he left in such a hurry. And why he said nothing.
Before we continue with this, completely out of character, back to something you said about the circlets and traveling with them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be obliterated?
You wouldn't be able to bring him with you.
Yeah. Or the horses.
No. So good job spending all.
Ooh, I see where this is going.
No, but I do.
Oh no!
I do have a plan.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Trust me. As you know.
Yeah.
The guy you shouldn't trust.
Hey, I was just trying to, just in case you had forgotten.
No.
Because there's been a couple things where you
I've had a couple of
forgot.
weeks to think about this. I've got a plan. So, shit. What was your question? Will we be able to take you back?
So you offered
Nice tower.
for me to go on the quest with you, and I said yes. I would actually very much like to. I'd really need to speak to this Julian person and find out why my grandfather left so hurriedly and why he hasn't been back in quite some time.
Alright, so, yeah. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
No problem. So while he's regaining his train of thought, I'm actually fixing each and every one of you a bowl of stew, so that you may eat it. It's simple wooden stuff, nothing too crazy. Or anything.
I love stew.
I appreciate it, good sir.
Make sure you take very good care, sir. It's hot.
I know this, sir.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's very hot, so I don't want you to burn your tongue. The thing inside of your mouth. You don't want to burn it.
So I think I know how to do, and I think I know how to eat. Good sir. Especially stew.
Whole hand in bowl.
Sebastian just laughing into his bowl of stew.
Okay. I want to make sure you know to be safe while you're eating. Don't stick your whole face into it either. There's also a drowning hazard. It is liquid too.
So I feel a little bit offended right now that you're explaining stuff to me that I
So-
already know.
Sebastian abruptly stands up. You see his bowl is empty. He sets it down on the counter. He's like, I apologize for the abrupt exit, but we're running low on time, and I'm gonna get a head start. He gave us a lead. I'm gonna go see if I can find that inn he was talking about, and start getting a little leeway on this research.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude.
No, not a bother at all. But do the rest of you know where we're going, right?
No. Not really.
We should probably follow Sebastian.
Alright, so he just, throws up his big warm smile, and he gestures for you guys to come with.
All right. You'll actually see me just throw back the entire bowl. You'll actually see me blow on it, and it immediately the steam stops, and I'll drink the entire bowl of soup. Just leave your dishes anywhere. It doesn't matter, and you'll see me run to the back and frantic. You hear shit like crashing and
Just,
everywhere,
like, getting
shit together, so I can getting my pack and shit together. All right, Spike, and you actually see Spike. He'll actually fly and go up the arm on my robe and into my robe. All right, I think I'm quite ready.
And it does. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You were packed and ready to go.
Yes, I was already packed and didn't just do it within the last minutes.
It's almost like you were expecting us.
No. Yes, I was totally expecting you, and I didn't just get my pack ready at all just now.
And then Sebastian turns to you and he says, Orig, we don't look down on the blessings of Apollo. And he steps out the door.
What? I just kind of stare at him dead-eyed.
What is an Apollo?
I hand him my pamphlet.
Praise be unto Apollo.
And you hear Sebastian shout from outside, praise be unto Apollo!
I'd hate to find out this way, but was my grandfather part of a cult? Are you all a cult?
What do you guys
No,
think?
sir.
Is this a
No,
cult?
sir.
I'm not touching that one.
I'm hurt.
I respect their beliefs, but no. It's
So
not a cult.
you do not worship this Apollo? Then?
No, I do not.
Nor do I. Good
How
sir.
have you not heard of our
okay.
God and Savior Apollo?
Oh,
He
oh,
is
okay.
the champion of the sun.
Yes, but you do understand that the great ancestral dragons rule the land.
But without the sun, there wouldn't be lions.
I'm sure there would
Cat
be light
fight,
because
cat
of the
fight.
fire from our ancestral dragon.
Let's save the theology for later.
Yes.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna mark that one up to a DM error, because I don't know shit about the lore of Dungeons and Dragons. We'll save that for campaign 2.
That's fine. Alright, so you guys have acquired a new party member.
I don't know what noise they make for that one.
The same noise as all Final Fantasy.
That was acapella. That's not copyright. Disclaimer: we do not own that song.
Hey, it
we
could still be
doing the
copyright.
cover.
The only way that that's copyright is if we were pitch perfect, and we were not.
Fucking
Well, we were not pitch perfect. 2, it's a small enough sample that it's fine.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not even 10 seconds.
not even. The song itself isn't.
All right, so what time is it?
It is 10 o'clock.
All right, so yeah, so Sebastian leads you back to the edge of. Well, he's standing at the property line waiting for what's your name again?
Faux June Fallon.
Faux June. Okay, so he's
Faux June.
okay.
How do you
So
spell that, sir?
It's not really worried about it right this minute.
He'll actually teach you how to spell it in Draconic.
and that's beautiful.
I see. Sticking to the ancestral ways.
As with the gifts that are always bestowed upon our families, yes.
Can I just call you PJ?
No, because there's not a P in my name.
It's not PHO.
It's not spelled how it sounds.
It is spelled how it sounds. Just
Well,
not
with an F, that is not PH.
It's
Okay.
Faux June.
It's faux.
Forgive me, I only got a Gurkey for the names of you all.
And not the orc who introduced himself to you?
Or
Because
Or
I
he's
don't
the
have a
first one
last
to
name.
introduce.
I was an orphan. Hello.
I got
Flint.
Orc special. Orc
I
is
can't
special.
believe I'm so forgettable.
Of course I couldn't forget you, Orc, but the rest of them.
Nobody ever forgets Gurky.
You leave them no choice.
Yes, Gurkey, no one will ever forget you, for you are special.
I play music for the people.
Yes, you do, and I'm sure you do a fantastic job at it, Gurkey. You play your little heart out.
Flint.
And what is Flint? What am I looking at here? I got a dragonborn. I got a gnome. What am I looking at here?
You're looking at a hill dwarf.
I'm a human.
I see.
I'm a human.
Big bushy red beard.
Mm-hmm.
About 4'6". So almost double the height of Gurkey.
No, I almost
comes up
mistook
to
you
your
for a
butt cheek.
human, Mr. Flint. You're almost as quite as tall as most of the other ones that occupy this town. And of course,
Sadly, it's about average height for a dwarf. According to
what about Kezia? Kezia.
What are we talking about? Height?
You gotta introduce yourself to our new friend here.
Hello, good sir. I am a human, as you can see. Almost as tall as you. I am an acolyte. I was an orphan. So I don't know who my parents were. I was raised by the Church of Apollo. You know,
Seems
our
like
Lord
a-
and Savior.
seems like something that's besides the Apollo part. Seems something that's a little bit common. As you see, my parents are no longer with me either.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
I should probably
Give
give you a
them their
description of
names.
myself as well. I'm a blue dragonborn. I'm about 6'4", pretty tall, slender in build, a bit wiry as well. But pretty normal looking besides those features.
And I'm about 6'3" in height, and my scales are actually, you'll see they're mostly silver. So.
I'm a 2'5" gnome with a kind of a bigger chin strap beard, and I actually have dreads. So, just green gray skin, normal looking.
So close. Mine's the actual hair. Missed that chin strap.
Dreads.
Yes, dreads.
I mean, to be fair, mine. Well, no, it's more braids.
So we know who to go
For my
to
dwarf.
in the event of a party. You got that good shit.
This podcast today is featuring Extra Baby.
We call it 6 men and a baby. Twice the many.
We really
men,
should.
Still the same amount of babies.
Baby's about to draw blood.
Valen is excited for you guys to know. He's very excited today.
He knows he's gonna be famous.
Oh yeah.
Because his mom's out.
Mom's not here. He gets to cut up.
Wow.
See, he just threw something. It already happened.
Through the ducky.
All right.
Through the ducky.
So, guessing we go back, get the horses.
Well,
if we're still going to be in town for...
so you guys recall that
investigation, we don't need to
the
get the
police
horses.
chief, the chief, whatever the fuck you want to call him, the guardsman, whatever, he told you about a contact he had in the village by the name of Ren, who ran an inn. I'm pretty sure I conveyed that information to you.
You did.
Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure.
we should probably look for the
I just
busted
forgot till you
cask
said it.
and speak to Ren about potentially finding what we're searching for.
Is that right?
The busted cast.
Yeah, it is.
You mean that inn that's down the road?
Yes.
Yes.
It does fairly well. Do you have business there?
Well, one of the guards from, the chief from Seren, he said that the busted cask was owned by one of his contacts, and maybe he would have more information for us.
Oh, I personally have never met the innkeeper, but I know most people tell me it's a very fair inn, and it does quite well for us being, just a small little farming town. It's how we do get a lot of our income.
Well, we shall see how well they're faring, and if the rumors are true.
Alright, so you guys approach the inn. It looks essentially like, okay, so I did make a mistake. So the busted cask is not the inn, it's the tavern. That's, my bad. I was looking through a couple of sheets of paper, didn't open this thing up. However, it looks like a simple brown building, but there's a Tetris piece of a softer, a building painted white. It looks kind of like one of those zigzag pieces, Mm-hmm. So it looks like there was the tavern, and then stacked on top was the inn, which is called it's got a sign hanging down. It's got a soft orange lettering that reads Emberstone Inn. It's got a little image across the bottom of what looks like a fire, and then the fire is basically engulfing the words, essentially. Like it is as if there was an image of a fire and then the words ran through it. But the tavern doesn't look run down. It's just a very simple white building. However, there's two doors side by side, very simple wooden doors with a glass pane divided into 4 pieces, and I imagine it's late enough that the tavern would be open. So you throw open the door, and you walk in, and as you guys file in, you look around, and it's kind of a small space. There are maybe 5 tables arranged in a cross. There's a very simple bar on the far end. These large shelves that are dotted with various ales and liquors and such. But that's it. And you don't seem to notice anybody. There's no one in here.
There's a baby in here.
There's a baby with a gun.
No, Gurky, that's a baby.
Keki is almost your size.
Wait, so the tavern's...
It's empty.
Closed?
It's open, but it's empty.
Oh, it's open, but it's empty.
Yeah, the door swings open. You hear the little bell jingle, but all of you come to the realization that there's nobody in here. If you guys want to look around and what have you, that's your discretion.
What day of the week is it?
By now it would probably be Friday. How did the lamp
It's
shade
okay.
fall?
Where'd it fall from?
A tavern empty on a Friday?
Maybe we we're here at an off hour.
I tried to see what fall.
What time of day is it?
Yeah.
It would probably be maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. it's approaching the early the early afternoon.
Yeah.
Maybe no one will be here drinking, but only a couple people in the inn. Hello. Anyone here?
You hear nothing at first, but then you hear faintly through the wall the sound of another bell jingling. And you hear the sound of a door closing, and behind you, behind your group, standing in the doorway, is a woman. She's wearing kind of a faded blue like frontier dress, basically. She's got her light brown hair tied into a bun. It's graying. It looks kind of frazzled. She looks a little bit haggard. Not too old. She's not very wrinkly, but when she squints in the sunlight or smiles, you do notice crow's feet around her eyes. But she kind of leans in and she's like, "Gentlemen, are you looking for Ren?"
I hate to be this guy. I've got to go to the bathroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, number 1 or number 2?
Both.
All right, so we're gonna take intermission.
Intermission.
Everybody, smoke them if you got them.
All right, we ready to get rolling again?
All right, you guys ready to start?
Yep.
Hey.
Alonzo, hit that record button.
Already going.
Okay, cool.
All right, so. Okay, so yeah. So this lady, she approaches you. She asks you guys if you're looking for Ren.
Yes, we are.
You see her face kind of sadden a bit. And she's like, if you gentlemen will meet me, and she steps back inside the door that leads to the inn section of this building.
I do not like the sound of that.
So as you guys follow her in, she kind of takes a seat behind the desk or the counter, and she's like, unfortunately, Ren disappeared a couple of days ago. I don't know where he went, but he pretty much abandoned the tavern.
Wait, did he say that he was abandoning the tavern?
No, he just disappeared.
No mention whatsoever of where he's going.
And she just kind of looks down and shakes her head solemnly.
Do you mind if we searched his room for clues as to where he might have gone? We fear he might be in trouble of some sort.
His room or his tavern?
Oh,
Well, the tavern, I don't mind. If you guys could find any place that he could have disappeared, any sign of where he could have disappeared to. But as for his room, well, that's a room we share. Him and I are married.
Oh. Well, would you mind if we search through maybe his notes or for anything that may pertain to his whereabouts?
She hesitates for a moment. If you guys think you can find him, and she leads you up a set of stairs, up a couple of landings, and there's this she leads you down this one hallway, and there's this door. It's unnumbered, but when she leads you in, she basically shows you this this small flat. You're maybe 2 stories up. And what you're looking at is essentially a little apartment. There's 3 rooms. There's basically like an open commons room. There's a doorway that leads into a bedroom, and then on the other side there's a door that leads to a room that's a little bit smaller. But she gestures you to the door on the right hand side. And she shows you in this room, and it's very nice, very well kept. The walls are just a simple white. There's a large bed that looks like it's been freshly made. The room looks very standard. There's an oil lamp on a nightstand on both sides of the bed. Other than that, it's a very standard looking room, and she gestures to one of the nightstands. This is the side he slept on. If there's anything in those notes, if he had any notes, they'd be here in his nightstand. And she opens it up, and there's a handful of small papers, like the size and the dimensions of like a receipt you would get from a grocery store. They're just scraps of paper with sloppy stuff written on them.
Okay, I'd like to try and read what he has written down.
All right, so go ahead and make an investigation check.
19.
All right, so it's sloppy, but you're able to make out the various notes about something about property loss and loss of income. A lot of just general musings and observations. You catch one of the notes that has a name written in large letters, and it's underlined several times, and it simply says. I have it written here somewhere. Sorry. Sean McLowry.
Does the name Sean McLowry have any meaning to you?
She kind of she goes a little pale, and she explains. She says, "Well, Sean, he's been buying up a lot of the farmland around here. Me and my husband and our daughters, we used to live on the farm, but he's been able to lower the prices for his grains and his produce, and we couldn't compete for very long. My husband didn't. He eventually we held out as long as we could, but we lost we had to sell our farm to him. He's been putting a lot of the farmers around here out of business." And she points kind of off into to the more northern side of the town. He owns a huge farm, a large manor on the property. Occasionally he hires residents of the town to farm for his land, but my husband wouldn't work for him. He has too much pride.
So this man, has he been purchasing it all for himself?
Yeah, it's like he wants to turn the whole town into a large, just farm for him.
It's quite underhanded.
He's not a good person.
Careful.
We figured the next best thing would be to open an inn so we can house the lumberjacks, but sometimes they don't even pull their lumber this far into town. But we've been struggling for a while.
Well, I'll keep searching through his notes, see if I can figure out exactly where he's gone
to. If you can find him, please bring him home.
We'll do everything in our power to bring him back safely.
And she nods, and she exits. She kind of brushes past you. She heads back down to the lobby.
So, shall we search for more clues, gentlemen?
You all do what you want, but I need to have a word with this Sean McLowry.
Well, before we do that, I figured we should just take a quick look at the tavern on the way out.
Fojun lets out a disgruntled and very pissed off roar, or low and guttural roar, and you see a little bit of frost exit his mouth. Do what you want. He's not happy at hearing this news that this guy is basically putting people out of business and corrupting this nice home that he's made for himself.
I'm going to take those notes with me, actually.
All right, so you go ahead and pocket the various slips of paper.
I guess I'll look around, see what I can find.
Gonna investigate the room.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything specific?
No,
or?
not really. Just
go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, 18 plus 5.
All right, so you look around and you don't notice anything out of place. There's a couple of windows with some nice curtains, but altogether, there's just nothing catches your attention.
Okay.
Fojune's actually gonna try and speak to the woman again. Did she give her a name?
She hasn't. She's down in the lobby, so...
Okay. So I'm actually gonna go down to the lobby and speak with her. Excuse me, Miss...
my name is Estelle.
Miss Estelle. And, you run the inn with your husband, I presume?
Well, we both own the inn and the tavern. He runs the tavern, and I manage the inn. A lot of the farmers, a lot of the former farmers and the lumberjacks used to drink here on weekends, and ever since he's been gone, I'm afraid that we're gonna lose a lot of money.
I see, because you can't just run all by yourself, of course. Did he have any run-ins? Your husband, Ren, did he have any run-ins with this? What was it, Sean?
Not with him directly. There were a few of Sean's guards at the tavern a week or so ago. They were breaking things and causing a ruckus and making a mess. He kicked them out. I don't think they were too happy about that, though.
Did it get violent?
It got a little physical, but there wasn't a brawl or anything like that.
I see. And your husband wasn't angry or anything when he disappeared? Did you actually see him leave, or did he just disappear?
He told me he was going to get some things from the general store. I guess he wanted to replace the broken cups and plates, but he didn't come home that night.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Go ahead.
19.
All right, so you get the feeling that she's not giving up all the information.
Now, Miss Estelle, I understand that this is a very touchy subject. I myself am trying not to see red at the mention of this Sean whatever the fuck his name is, buying up a lot of farmland from hardworking individuals. But if there is something that you're not telling us, you need to let us know if it will help your husband.
So she kind of wipes her eyes and she looks up at you and she says, well, after the incident with his guards, he spent a lot of time talking about confronting Sean, but I don't think he would have done it. There's no way. He's too big of a man. He's got his own guards. He's very wealthy. It's hard to touch him.
I see.
Are we close enough to hear this conversation?
No, you guys are still upstairs. Okay. Well, that depends.
I was searching the tavern.
You're searching in the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're still in the tavern, you wouldn't hear this. Okay. You three would still be upstairs investigating the flat.
Alright, well, I picked up the notes and I'm going to head back downstairs.
Alright.
Same, I didn't find shit, so...
Do you want to take a peek around, or are you satisfied?
No, I'm satisfied.
Alright.
Your husband, before you guys started running the inn, did you guys live, let's say, a different lifestyle?
How do you mean different?
Like, were you adventurers? Did you do something before you decided to settle down here and open the tavern?
No, I married Ren, and he had already inherited the farm from his father. It's been in there. A lot of these people have lived here for a long time. Their farms passed through many generations.
I'm going to insight again.
Go ahead.
7.
Alright, from what you can discern, she seems like she's being honest.
Okay, so he doesn't have, no connections or anything, no former, gang of adventurers or anything that he might want to meet up with in order to take out this Sean?
I've known Ren my whole life. We both grew up here. He doesn't have any connections like that. Not working on a farm. maybe after he opened the tavern, but again, a lot of the visitors we get here are mostly lumber folk and people who want to buy who want to buy contracts with the farmers.
I see. So have they come downstairs at this point?
Yeah, so they would have joined you right before you left.
We overheard the last
Couple of questions. Yeah.
So do you want to tell her about how he's related to our goal, or?
All right, real quick, out of character. What race is this woman?
She's human.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to you guys in Draconic really quick. Do you think she may know the whereabouts of your grandfather?
I don't know if she'll know, but I do know the thing with my grandfather can wait. What I do know is that
I just believe that it may be related to some degree.
I doubt that my grandfather would be taken up by a man like this. I mean, we've done nothing. We didn't even know of this man or these dealings. At least I'm pretty sure we didn't. Besides, my grandfather, the timing of this is all too different. Our lands are more towards the south, so it seems like he was working his way towards us. It seems more like he's trying to get control more of the northern lands before he works on the south, and there would be really no reason for my grandfather to be tangled up with where our house is.
That seems reasonable. But even so, do you think she may know of your grandfather to any degree?
Turkey's just sitting there like,
Right? He's just doing.
I look at her.
Music in his head.
I look at her and ask her.
Well, fucking, I can't understand Draconic.
Just real quick, ma'am. This is not really too related, but do you know of a Gra Reza Vulon?
The weird dragonborn that lived on the outskirts of town?
Oh, I mean, you don't have to call us weird.
I'm sorry. I just.
It's quite all right, but yes.
Well, I know he helped Ren's father implement the irrigation system, but other than that, I don't know anything about him. I've never even met him myself. I don't think Ren has either, but I couldn't say for sure.
I like to insight that.
Go ahead.
19, 20.
She's not giving away any hint of deception. As far as you can tell, she's being forthright.
Well, thank you for your time. We'll do what we can to see if we can bring Ren home safely.
Okay. Thank you. Please.
I'm going to actually hang back a little bit. Ma'am, you said you've known him his whole life and that you don't know of any connections he has. Do you know of the Reclaimers?
I can't say that I do.
I see.
What?
Well, just know that your husband is even the reason why any of these people are here in the first place. So when we do get him back, you may want to ask him a few things. It does seem like he may have had a vendetta against this Sean, and he may have used some old contacts in order to seek revenge, and it hasn't gone well. Do you know where this Sean stays?
He stays at the large farm at the northern end of town. If you follow the road out of the city and across the farmland, you'll eventually come to his manor. It's a large white house. He's a very wealthy man.
About how tall would you say this house is?
You really want
It's probably a couple of stories tall, maybe 3.
Okay.
He's telling us about
It would
about
probably
the house.
take you
Okay,
30 or
scratch
40
that.
minutes just to get there. There's a lot of land to cross through.
Not a problem. We'll do our best to see your husband back safe, ma'am.
Thank you. And she reaches out to shake your hand, and when she pulls away, you find a large gold piece in your hand.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Just bring my husband home, please. And she wipes her eyes again.
Yeah. So
Let's have me go pay this.
is that just one gold?
Yeah, just 1 gold. She's not very wealthy.
Ooh,
But-
neither am I, but now I have 26. All right.
Yeah, more than Gerky.
How's it feel?
Well, if this guy is very wealthy, I'm just gonna steal from him.
Okay.
No.
So first what I need is Wayne.
I do imagine he would have a vault or something.
Wait, how do you spell?
First off, did I hear that?
I don't know.
Hear what?
What Gerky just said?
I mean, he's kind of set it in character, so I assume so.
Wait, real quick.
I'm asking, were you trying to...
How do you spell your character's first name? Foju? What
yes,
is it?
F-O space J-U-N space V-U-L-O-N.
Don't need the last name.
Okay.
I ain't trying to
What's
hide
your
that.
passive perception?
13.
Thank you.
I ain't trying to hide it.
You're not trying to hide it?
No.
So then, do any of you speak Elven?
No. Common, Draconic, and Dwarven.
Okay.
Gnomish.
So then you'll hear a rather elegant and you just hear me speak in a very elegant and sing-songy language that you may think is a threat, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay.
And I wink at you.
Oh, that was sexy. That wasn't a threat. That was a promise.
Okay.
I'm about to bust that pussy wide open.
Because I just heard him say that, he said if I'm richer than him, then he's just gonna rob me.
No, not you.
The guy.
The guy.
Oh, okay.
Because this guy is rich.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough. I just said he's gonna rob me.
Oh, I know what
Yeah, we're all hanging out. There's no
What is
reason
it
to
about, Luke?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
get
steal from you.
hostile. At least not
What's it
yet.
about, Luke?
Look, you guys are
Well, he'll say later.
feet taller than me. Okay, I am not gonna steal from you.
Well, to be fair, everyone's feet taller
So
than you.
Crystal needs a little bit more money
Well,
for
it's
school,
general,
and I
not
co-signed for
specific.
the loan, but they didn't approve it.
Oh.
So yeah. Okay, so y'all
We'll cut
threatening
that
each
part out,
other.
Nedley.
Yeah, I missed what happened.
Luke,
What
that.
did you
No,
do?
whatever he said to me. Just cut that part out.
Oh, okay.
We don't
Just
need
forget
that
what
on
it-
the podcast.
Never
Oh, what
happened.
I said.
This never happened.
It's quiet
Misunderstanding.
enough, but we'll see what happens.
So I just relay the information of where the dude's house is and where we should be headed next.
Let's go steal from this bitch.
Eager, are we?
I am low on coins, sir. I need it.
It seems like a personal problem.
It is personal. Let's go.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I find anything of value that you may be interested in, I'll be sure to hand it to you, and maybe you get some use out of it.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah, feel free. You go ahead and make a deception if you like.
2. Nope, not making it.
No, make a deception.
Depends. Make a deception.
No
You
need.
could roll.
No need.
You could roll.
in
No,
that one.
I
You
just-
could roll in that one.
No, fuck
roll
it. No, I'm just roll it.
I mean, you're probably gonna pass it.
Yeah, okay.
You had an 8.
I've also successfully rolled to, what did I say? Put you in a child harness? Like,
Yeah.
child leash?
Yeah, you wanted to get a harness, a leash for a child.
I did win that roll,
Yeah.
and he said he was willing to just sit on my shoulder.
You guys are not gonna do this. This is not
Alright,
fair.
alright.
Can I sit on your shoulder the whole way there?
I missed anything important?
We're
So-
going to his house.
Okay,
Well, that
I'm
much I
sitting
know.
on his shoulder the whole way there.
Again?
No, not again.
Gertie
Sat on his shoulder
Gertie
earlier.
believes that I'm gonna give him something of value to kind of supplement his rather light pockets.
So we're not robbing the guy.
No, we are.
No,
Okay.
we're right.
But if I find anything that he could,
Use.
sell, whatever.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
just brute force it.
Yeah, we're Robin Hood this motherfucker.
Pulls out Monster Manual. That's not foreshadowing.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait. No.
Lo and behold, this guy has
So-
a pack of dire wolves.
So you guys are making a straight a beeline.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Might as well.
So you guys start heading towards you-
Wait,
you-
should we check out the general store
No.
where he went before, where he
It-
was going before he
It's
disappeared?
fairly obvious that he had a vendetta against the man.
And I was gonna say was if we had heard the rest of his conversation was like kind of sounds like this man has exactly what we need. He's got all this money and power. It sounds like he got it unfairly.
Well, we're about to find that out, aren't we?
What was the question?
How's that possible?
It's nothing important because I technically didn't hear him, so it was completely out of character.
Alright, so.
My dice sticky. How does that even
And being as how I'm the one who I talked to her and I have no idea what to ask about, there's no way you would have gotten that information.
Alright, so.
I mean, we were still going to go check this guy out anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, no.
So-
Technically, in character, you would have heard it because you were still in the tavern.
Well, okay, yeah, I said that, but
I'm
you
just
said
saying.
I didn't hear
I'm
it.
just saying.
Yeah. So if DM said he ain't hear it, he ain't hear it.
Yep, so that's what I went with.
Alright.
So,
I'm just ready to fight something.
So, gentlemen, this Sean that we're about to come across, I believe the best course of action, because seeing that he seems to be an untrustworthy character, you should go speak with him, or at least attempt to speak with him, and I will infiltrate his estate and see what I can find.
Fojun takes a deep breath, exhales a little bit of cold breath. Fine. Being as how I'm the one who lives in this area, I feel maybe I'm the one who should be talking to him.
Alright, so you guys come to the northern edge of town, and what you see is the tree line is pushed back, but almost like a funnel. There is just this massive field of corn. It stretches a couple of miles at least. And you see in the distance this large white shape that you could make out. That would obviously be the estate of the aforementioned Sean. And just stretching in front of you is this simple dirt road surrounded by corn. And you guys walk for a good, let's say...
Suction with the numbers. If they line up. Hang on.
Bringing out the dice.
I am bringing out the dice.
What's Gucci? I'm prepared.
Feeling that paranoia. My own.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm just trying to...
Just do magic over here. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Hey man, that's a cool D8 you got there.
Get that devil shit out of here.
Alright.
Actually, technically, that'd be a D6.
Trying to find information. Yeah, so it would be...
That'd be a cool fucking D6, though. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be a cool D6.
They have weird oblong
Alright.
D6s. And
Yeah, they kind of roll like a log. I want them.
wondering how. Oh, they seem less fun to roll those.
Okay, Mama?
Yeah, I just want like a couple of them, not like for
Alright.
the whole set.
So as you guys are walking, do you have a particular marching order?
Like the D4 is nice.
Oh, I'm obviously in the back.
Well, you're riding his shoulder, so maybe not.
Yeah, I'm riding his shoulder. Never mind.
All right, I'm gonna take point on this one because I'm actually gonna trail off to
You're okay,
to the
buddy.
side of the
I know
house
your
while
sister's in
they're
here. I
talking.
know you want her.
I would probably be, besides him, I'd probably be the frontmost, being as how I kind of know the area, so I'd be like basically walking down this road, essentially leading everybody.
So we see the house, right?
Yeah, it's in the distance. You probably have another 20-25 minutes until...
Is it far enough that I can't make the shape of any people that may or may not be out there?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
It's also a cornfield you can use for cover.
20.
Nat 20.
20.
So from here, surprisingly, you catch a little bit of motion from one of the windows. But other than that, there doesn't appear to be anybody standing around outside the house. From the outside, it appears completely unguarded.
Okay. Are there any fields nearby?
It's all fields.
All fields. Okay. I'm gonna break off and kind of make my way towards the house through the fields.
All right. So who's after Foju in the marching order? It would be one of you two.
Technically.
I can bring up the back. I can bring up the rear for defense just in case.
All right. So we'll put I'll put Sebastian.
Good old
Then I'll put Kezia.
And Gurky together because
They're a unit.
they are a unit at the moment.
And then I'll put Flint at the rear.
They are a unit.
So all of you hear it almost simultaneously. Often before you abandon the group, as you go to the part, you hear rustling coming from the right side. This just kind of faint sound of something maybe moving through.
Does he hear it only?
You all hear it.
Can I
make a...
Yeah. You can
Since I'm
make
sitting on his shoulder, can I make a check?
You can make a perception
See
check.
what it is.
Okay.
Say it's good, like
I'm
7
gonna dip off to the left side.
Nat 20.
Wow.
All right.
I'm gonna dip off to the left side and kind of hide there. So
Like at the edge of the corn, or
Like I'll kind of relatively stop when we hear the noise. I'm assuming.
Like I'm gonna actually
Yeah,
go
pretty much.
inside the corn and then look out to the where the sound's coming from.
okay. So the group ceases. Gurky, you look out over the cornfield, but all you see is corn, except for a scarecrow just kind of perched out there on its post. But other than that, you see a couple of birds fly out of the foliage and flutter away. And this caught all your attention, but when you look back to the road, standing oddly enough in the middle of the road is another scarecrow.
Oh,
What the fuck? I mean,
why? What?
out of character.
That wasn't there before, right? Guys, we're not tripping, right? That wasn't there before.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, sir?
That scarecrow just
as I lean
moved,
down.
right?
Okay. So
Gurky, did you slip me some of those mushrooms last night?
So what I would like to do, so this scarecrow that's in the middle of the road, is it close to any one side of the cornfield? Like, can I get close enough to it where it's like
Where you would still be covered?
where it'd still be covered, but it's like a reasonable distance. Like I could see it and like make out in detail like what it is.
So, hold on.
Like
So you're
how
about-
wide is the road?
The road is, I think it's about 30 to 40 feet.
And it's in like the middle.
And it's like perched in the middle. It's like right there.
Okay, I'm gonna. Well, first I would like to make a stealth check.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Nope.
8.
Okay, so the corn shifts and sway. You hear a couple of the stalks snap, but you make your way up the side of the road so that you're perpendicular.
You said the scarecrow's in the middle of the road, right?
Yeah, it's posted right
This one
in the
is,
middle.
but there's another one.
Right, like in the middle of the road where we're standing.
It's maybe 15 to 20 feet away.
Okay. Does a 21 with a ray of frost hit it?
What's the range on?
60 feet.
Then yeah, that would hit it. Okay,
Scarecrow
so
gets hit with 9 frost damage.
Okay, so I have a
don't trust that
question.
shit. There's a random scarecrow that was not there before that just appeared in the middle of the road. I hit it with a ray of frost.
How much damage is that?
9 frost.
All right, so the scarecrow comes to life. Roll initiative.
That's what I thought.
Let me get the
He's going last.
I'm still on his shoulder.
Well, actually, I'm
19.
going last.
Would you? Oh,
1.
yeah. Okay, you,
That's fine.
just
I mean,
barely.
That's fine.
You're going after me. Yeah, just roll it.
I got a 4.
Oh my god!
Well, I guess it's up to me and you right now, and maybe Sebastian.
Look, I already hit the darn thing.
I mean, you're right.
Here we go.
Betrayal pieces.
No, that's
Yeah,
after.
grab the
We haven't won yet.
So,
Where?
I told him he's getting them.
Can you place this on the chair over there?
Alright, let's see. We got so many pieces. You want Baldwin? Here you go. Have Baldwin. Here's the other. There's Sebastian right there. Let's see. There's Geki. Let's see. There's whoever.
I need the other short bitch.
Yeah, the short bitch right there.
There we go.
And we need one more.
And they're a tall black dude.
why is everybody in the
No.
corner? Oh,
Sadly,
No,
there
I'm
is
just
not.
throwing
They're all white motherfuckers.
They're all white females.
Wait,
Oh.
It's on this list.
Which one would you like, sir?
Wasn't there like a jock dude?
No,
In the original, yes, but he was also portrayed by the same person, which is this one.
Oh, okay. Let's take that one then.
Okay.
Alright.
I am the rogue one.
Okay,
Seabass
I'm reading this
is
backwards.
the
Go ahead and
non-rogue.
move.
Hey, they're the ones that put
About
them
I'm
right
Gaki.
About right where?
So you said I was 15 feet away from you, right?
Yeah, about
need
15 feet.
One more.
That means I'd be right here.
Okay,
All
so,
right.
and I'd be like right here.
So you don't. How much?
So
damage
how
does
far
the
away are
scarecrow?
we from these people?
You guys weren't too far behind me.
Yeah. Oh, you took my piece.
We need one more.
Oh, well.
Bam.
Yeah, I'll just be the lady. It's alright.
How much did you hit it for?
9 cold.
And Gurky is.
Literally
Let's just put
right
him
here,
next.
yeah.
Yeah, let's just put him next.
And Sebastian was.
It's just the one scarecrow right now, right?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Didn't you say
so
there was?
there's,
Okay, is the scarecrow
okay.
that Gurky saw off in the distance off the map?
Yeah, it's not on that.
Okay. Currently.
Okay. Okay, so initiative. Anyone higher than 20?
Higher than 20? No.
No.
Almost.
19, then 15,
Alright, so
then
you.
5.
Hold on, hold on.
19.
Okay, so. Yeah, 20 to 15. You're the only one? 19?
He also.
I rolled 15.
Okay, so, Okay, 10 to 15?
You are sadly mistaken, sir.
I rolled 15, that's it. And everybody else rolled lower than 10.
I'm
Okay.
literally dead last.
I rolled a 5.
Alonzo, you said you're dead last.
4.
Okay, so then it goes. You said you rolled a 5.
Yep. Alonzo rolled a 3.
I rolled, yeah, I mean, 1, but.
And Alonzo isn't dead last.
Might be beneficial, might not.
Alright,
You never
so.
know.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
So yeah, so you see the scarecrow come to life.
Do we
This
want to put
terrifying.
this as a 2 just so we know when we kill it?
No, leave it as a
Okay.
1. It's the only scarecrow.
Okay.
So.
That we know of.
Well, there's a 1 off in the distance, that's why I asked.
It might be the same one, you don't know.
Actually, yeah, we probably should place it. But you guys wouldn't know that.
That one's alive, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying we
I
just
just
know
saw
that there's
it.
one over there.
Yeah, all you know is it's there, but you don't know. And you didn't relay it to anybody else, so nobody else knows. So,
I got scared by the one in front of me.
so anyways, so, yeah. Oh, fire hits. You see it come to life, this terrifying visage. What was the spell you hit it with? Or the
Ray of
attack?
Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Ray
okay.
of Frost, my bad, not Ray of Frost.
Just a range.
Rare Frost, you mean Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze?
Actually, let me. Do you have it? Do you have the spell pulled up? Or?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You gotta.
Yeah, let me go to that page so I can.
Can I make a saving throw or what?
No, it's just a it's a cantrip to hit for me. That's why I rolled and asked you if a 21 hit.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits.
Alright. Frigid beam of blue-white light streaks towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack on the target. On a hit, creature takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So it can move.
What's your AC? What's your AC? 15.
Perfect. Okay, that's fine.
I
So,
have mage armor all the time.
Kezia, you're at the top of the order. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Fojun, Orc, and Gurky.
Alright, so what does Wes do?
+4 to attacks or saving throws for
Okay.
10 minutes.
Yeah, we get to roll 1d4 and add it to any of our attacks or saving
I'm
throws.
just gonna write that down up
We
here.
can do
Damage
that.
or just to hit?
Just a hit or just a saving throw.
No, I think it's damage.
That's not damage. Bless isn't damage. It's the hit.
Yeah, just a.
Alright.
What's me?
You did it to Gurky and Alonzo.
Yep.
Gurky, Auric, and myself got blessed. We feel #blessed, yo.
I feel like you're alright.
Yeah, I should be alright. I should be fine. I was just asking just to double check.
And then what do I want to do?
I gotta get close enough anyways. I'm too far away for
Yeah.
matter on first turn.
You can still move?
Move.
What time of day is it, by the way?
You ready for this, Gurky?
Yes.
Starting
Are
to
you
get
jumping?
dark.
Are you
We'll
staying
see.
on
It's,
my shoulder or are you jumping
The
off?
sun's beginning to set, so it's probably around.
No, I'll
So
hop
it still
off
looks
your
bright as
shoulder
day to
before
me.
I
I
hop
got
off
dark
your
vision.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Hop off your
It
shoulder.
will
I'm
be bright
standing
enough
right
to see
there.
regardless.
You rolled a pony.
Yeah.
Yep. Still within 5 feet over.
Alright. Next is Flint.
That's all you doing, just rolling a pony. Casting blessing and rolling a pony.
Yep.
Like, what's good, dog?
Yep.
One behind you.
Actually,
I'm gonna go there. Okay.
Alright, so this thing gives out, I don't even know if it can make audible sound.
If you want it to, it can.
So it lets out kind of a shriek that sounds like dry reeds, kind of rubbing together. This hollow kind of just arid sound, and it immediately swings out to attack Kezia.
okay.
Sorry. Whoops, that was caught.
Can I see what this thing looks like real quick? Okay.
Yeah, it's freaky as fuck. It's just think of
Think of Scarecrow from Batman.
Yeah.
But made out of straw.
but not a sentient. Okay. 19.
Yep.
Alright.
I can hit everyone in the party.
Please don't die.
Barely.
Please don't.
Nope. Okay, that landed there. That's fine.
Play it as it lies.
Damn it! I dropped my D4 and my D20.
My D8 that is almost perfectly clear, but is not. It's got a slight bit of blue.
Fuck, where did it go? Why did I pick dice that were transparent?
Just isn't a D&D campaign until somebody drops their die.
It was a D4 too, so y'all will feel it if it
What?
comes
The
out.
D4 is right there.
I had another D4 pulled out.
Another-
Oh shit! Guess who found it?
Congratulations, you're the winner, sir.
It's 7 damage. So it lashes out. Its claws sink into your breastplate.
Oh no, he's fondling you.
He reaches out with his other claw. Claw attacks. 7.
So I just almost get
You
one.
just took
Why do we
14?
almost get one shot?
Was
in every
that
round of
second one a
combat?
7-2 hit?
7 to hit, yeah.
Oh, 7 to hit.
Seven
Oh,
to
okay.
hit. 7 to hit doesn't hit. No.
No, you take whatever I said, 7 damage first
Yeah.
time.
I was like,
We
God
thought
damn,
that second
every
one
time.
was 7 damage too, and it already hit. We're just like,
No, so it didn't hit.
Every time we always get
he's
one
can't
shot.
get his arm back enough. He just kind of like whiffs the hit. He manages to pull his other claw out. Make a wisdom saving throw.
What the fuck is this thing?
oh, it gets a lot of action.
Yeah,
Apparently.
it gets a lot of actions.
It's not that it gets a lot of action, it's that it hit you. So now you have to deal with this.
Yep.
14.
All right, you're fine. Hold on.
What's that save DC, bro?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, actually 15. I forgot.
You know, I keep forgetting I have Jack of all trades, which gives 1 to everything I'm not proficient in.
Should be 3.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to say I ejaculated.
so you're fine.
Yeah. My Christmas should be higher too.
Next, Alonzo.
Wait, I thought you...
He's got
Yeah,
last.
if
Yeah, he's
you
done
add
last.
your bonus to your saving throws. It's just that you also add your proficiency bonus to one.
Oh, he's attacking.
What's
yeah.
your AC?
And that's for all your saving throws. Like,
Yeah, what's your AC?
13.
even ones you're not proficient in, you at least get your modifier.
All right.
Alright.
Let me see. +3 to hit. Yeah. So you feel something jam into your shoulder, piercing through your
Where the
your
fuck
armor.
did that
There's
come
another
from?
one!
And
No!
you realize
Son of
there
a
is
bitch!
in fact another one
Right behind you.
Should
So
have went into the cornfields.
I'm in the cornfields.
Shut up. I said shouldn't have went into the cornfields.
It saw you.
you take
You're stealth. You should have
so
stealth
you take
that.
3 points of damage as it rear backs with its other claw. Ooh,
Still 1/5
Gets
of
a
his
second
HP though.
attack?
yeah, it gets
No!
2 attacks.
Wait, what was it?
So
3
first.
3.
Yeah, it's about to attack again.
Aren't you glad that I gave
Take
you
another
bless?
3.
You get 6 damage.
So he sinks his claws into you, pulls him out, make a wisdom saving throw.
Remember, you got blessed, so you can add the D4, and that's concentration on him. So.
All right, definitely good.
Oh, that's concentrate. I'm gonna do this turn. I forgot about it. That's what.
22.
Okay, yeah. So you're solid. So you turn around and you see this thing standing behind you.
I got hit, right?
He said he let it slide. I forgot about it.
Yeah, since I forgot about it, it can go.
But yeah, it's just concentration on you, and we can repeatedly use that D4. It doesn't go away after we use it once. As long as he has concentration on bless, we can keep.
Okay. And I have to roll concentration every time I get hit, and every time I make an attack to keep the concentration.
That's
Wayne's
Wayne.
Yeah, it's Fojun.
All right, Fojun, you see another scarecrow dive out of the corn.
Did you pass that?
He swings at you, but you catch it out the corner of your eye. You manage to dodge his first attack. He swipes at you again with his other claw. 19?
Yeah, that hits.
He manages to sink it into your gut. I dropped my D4 again because I'm dealing with this tiny fucking space. There it is. There it was. There it is. And you take, what is it, +1? 4 damage.
Okay.
He manages to hit your arm, where it sinks in. For a second, the scales flash.
What'd you do
a blue color.
As far as
and as he removes his finger, you see 4 little gashes in your arm.
Time.
All right, Gurky, your go.
Okay, let's back it up a bit.
So what just happened to you, Wayne? I'm sorry.
I got hit.
5, 10,
Yeah, okay.
15. Let's back it up there. I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Mr. Kezi over there.
Shit, I forgot to roll for Sebastian's initiative. Alright, I'm gonna put him after Or.
Yeah, just put him somewhere.
Okay, I'm giving Bardic Inspiration
Bardic
to you,
Inspiration.
sir. Gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Mr. Fojon over here.
Oh, y'all blessing
And Bardic
me.
Inspiration to you, Mr.
So what is that, D6?
Yeah, because it's
1d6 on attack saving throws.
Oh,
So we get one. So I have
yeah,
one
that's
D6.
nice.
1d6 to hit or 1d6 to hit?
1d6 to hit. It's basically like blessed, but
Okay.
with Bardic Inspiration, you can only do it once though.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's only for one turn.
And then I'm going to cast Bane on these two.
Okay, what does Bane do?
3 creatures of my choice make charisma saving throws.
Literally, it's the opposite of bless. So
Basically.
Wait, why would you only cast it on the 2? Then?
so
Because it's within line of sight. And I can't see this one.
Oh, right.
So if they fail the charisma saving throws, instead of getting to add a d4 to their attack rolls and saving throw, they must subtract a d4 from every attack throw. or saving throw.
Spell save 15.
Charisma.
How long does
Okay.
that last for?
Which one?
Both of them.
They both fail.
Okay, so
They have to
They are
subtract
both-
1d4 from their.
Any attack rolls or any saving throws that they make, they must subtract a d4 from it.
Alright.
and that's all I can really do at the moment.
That's
And that's
just
one of
great.
my spell
You're the
slots.
girl, right?
Yeah, I'm the girl.
Alonzo's that girl.
Gurky
Who's
next
this?
is
It's
Fujin.
Wayne.
That's Wayne.
Fujin.
And this is Sebastian.
Fojun.
Are most of your attacks in the cone?
Most of my attacks?
Yeah.
I can't tell you that, buddy. Gotta be a surprise. Okay, I don't care.
I was just asking because we'll could potentially
I just
get
need to
hit.
know if I need to move out of your way, and that
Trust
helps
me,
me to determine who I'm attacking.
You'll know if you need to move out of the way. There's literally one attack that is a cone.
Ask him in Draconic. So the scarecrows don't know what you're talking
My
about.
magic is fairly concentrated and contained.
Well,
I don't use my blue ones because they roll the best.
Because they roll the best.
I don't want you guys to die. So I use my weaker dice.
And I use all my Bark Inspiration. I
What
don't
was
get
the
that
other
until
20?
another long rest, but whatever.
Fuck.
Notes! I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you want to know the initiative order.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, isn't that all that's on there? Initiative
That
order.
doesn't. There's hell. What the fuck? What did I do with my d20? Okay, yeah, I put it back in the container. I wasn't sure which one I was using. They're both in there, so.
Alright, whose turn is it?
It's
Yours.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we've been waiting on you.
I'm so sorry. I thought somebody else was going at that point. My bad. So, I look at the one that just hit me in the gut. That just hit me in the gut, and I said, "Well, that was fairly shocking. How about I return the favor?" And I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
It takes 7 lightning damage and cannot make its reaction until the start of my next turn.
That's cool. What's the number of pips?
2.
2?
Yeah.
You said how much?
7 lightning.
Dope.
As you cast a lightning, you just see straw flying everywhere.
You see the lightning
cornfield is on fire.
through,
Arc straight through the fucking scarecrow.
it weaves over the straw, and you see it leave little scorch marks behind.
Okay, so
See little pieces of popcorn scattered
I'm
about.
gonna have to. Okay, so I was gonna use my bonus action to stab it with a dagger, and then use my move action to move away since it can't use its reaction to get an attack of opportunity on me, and roll the nat 20 on that offhand dagger hit.
All right.
So it will take just flat 6 damage from being stabbed by my dagger, piercing damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and back up like 1, 2, yes, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll say
You can move diagonally, by the way.
Yeah,
just
I know.
doing that. Okay.
I'm gonna move right there. Use 25 feet movement, move right there.
Hello there, good sir.
That's your speed, or you faster than that? Or you
I
getting in
have max 30. but-
Okay, I was just asking because
Yeah, no.
some of us have.
If you could
25.
attack that one, I'll hit that one.
Okay.
So he took
tries
a
it.
total of 13
I know what you
damage,
meant.
7 lightning, 6 piercing.
Yep. All right. So he's still looking pretty
Oh
hard.
god, there was a
He's got-
cat there.
He's got a large slash across the straw
Kick
of
the
his
shit out
chest.
of
The straw kind of pokes out. It leans out as at an angle. But he's still kind of standing strong. Or
I forgot he still had to go.
And then Sebastian.
Oh yeah, shit.
There's so many people.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going
do something.
to swing around this motherfucker right here.
didn't you? Yeah,
gonna
you're
use-
at the top of the order.
I'm going to use my
Almost the top.
I'm going to use my lightning breath.
All right.
All I can do is move.
You're gonna try to hit the other one
Make a
too?
dex saving throw. I'm gonna hit.
Dex saving throw.
Oh, it's a line, yes. Nice. Yours is a 30-foot line as well.
15, 13, 14.
Alright. Survive both of that. Shit.
So you let your
They both
line go.
pass.
They manage to kind of sidestep it.
Don't they take half damage or no? Or is it a complete miss?
I'm not sure actually.
And the book it should say, but I imagine it's
At this point, having so much lightning cast around, and my hair's just sticking up like that.
Like staticky.
guys-
My
you guys-
beard is just like
You
scraggly.
guys
You know.
smell the smell of burning ozone. You feel the skin on your arms and on your head stand up.
I love
The
the smell
skin
of
is standing up. That's crazy, dude.
I meant the hair on your arms, on the back of your neck, kind of standing up.
I love the
there's
smell
this-
of burning
this
straw in the morning.
Acrid
It's like
electrical
too hot in
scent
the
in the
afternoon.
air.
They take half damage.
Okay.
So roll your 2d6.
So 1, 3. Is that rounded down or up?
2, 3, 4.
So they both take 2 lightning damage.
All right, one sec. I just want to double
Wait,
check.
what?
Or whatever.
Because
your
it,
method is.
Well, it
they
would
have
be
9.
9.
It would be 4 because I rolled a 9. I used my inspiration.
Is it rounded up or rounded
Okay.
down?
I didn't know you rolled move
It's
your
rounded
inspiration.
down.
Oh, I
So that was a 9 you roll total.
Yeah.
Here you go.
So then they would take 4 damage, 4 lightning damage. Then
Read the weapon, new creature in the area. Saving
it's
throw.
I think it's DM's call whether it's rounded up. or
D
down.
save for the saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier. Damage takes 2d6 on a failed save.
Wait,
plus
wait,
one
quick.
successful one.
Wait,
How much?
quick question.
4
So-
each.
It was
Wait.
4 total. It was a 9
So-
rounded, half my rounded
Wait,
down.
wait.
It was 4.
Before you process that,
Alright.
does bless add anything to the?
Not the damage, but the hit.
No, but
hit, yeah.
this
Hit.
one was Bane, so if you want, you can subtract a d4 from his roll.
Oh,
His saving
Yeah.
Oh, from a saving throw. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Okay. Was he
See if that affected it.
1.
Here's the
it
second one.
Did not. 13.
He's 13. Does that?
It just takes away his +1 dex.
Okay. Well,
What's your DC say?
11.
Yeah,
okay.
he's still fine.
He's still past it.
They each take...
but the bless, however, does that affect it at all?
No.
Okay.
That's only to hit and to save. For you, to hit and save.
Yeah.
And you hit both of them, so.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Breath
Okay.
weapons are auto hits. It's just
you
how
said
much
4
they
damage?
take. Yeah. Both of them take 4 lightning damage. Or
Wait,
whatever
which
his breath
one?
is.
3 and 1.
As
Yeah.
Gookie see lightning coming out of the
Yeah,
cornfield,
right.
I say, "Whoa!"
Holy shit!
Dragons be casting lightning, and also whenever I did use shocking grasp, you actually saw my scales actually, some of them actually shimmer blue when I cast that lightning spell.
Alright, so next is Sebastian's go.
Wait. Hold on, I got a bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Alright, I'm going to make a offhand attack on the one right in front of me.
Seabass, help me.
16.
Hit.
Alright.
I was going to say, that's even without modifiers.
Wait,
What are you?
no, that
What are
was-
you using? A dagger?
No, my longsword.
Longsword.
Wait,
Okay.
no, it had to be my dagger.
So you did 13 for that
So that'd be
one.
1d.
You did 4 plus. So both of them taking 13.
1 point of
And
damage.
this one's only taking
Plus your...
5.
Oh, wait, it's
No,
offhanded, yeah. That's the one in front of you. Alright. So, Sebastian's go. Don't remember what he has. Now I do. It's radiant. So, he's gonna... He clutches his... Where is he? Yeah. So he's gonna move here, right in between these guys. He holds up his arm, palm open. He grasps his
Holy symbol.
He holds out his hand and he fires a guiding bolt.
Oh, that's a good spell.
Ooh, yeah, that definitely hits. You see it nail the scarecrow, covered in this kind of this radiant confetti, these sparks, almost like he's holding the pure explosion of the fireworks. He shines, he lights up and glitters, and he ends up taking damage. What's guiding bolt?
I got you.
I have it written down somewhere.
Leave me the
I just
one.
gotta fucking find my shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the
I got you,
cornfield.
buddy. I got you. Guiding bolt. Guiding bolt. They take 4d6 radiant damage.
What? That's not missing a d6.
Boy, stop losing your dice.
I don't know. what the fuck
I should have done
they're
that first. Okay, never mind.
There's a d6. There's a d6. Borrowed. It probably fell somewhere
Wait,
here.
don't you have like a million of the small dice you can roll?
I do. I keep forgetting that.
All of those are d6.
We don't need to lose those ones.
7 plus 5 is 12. Whoops. 12 plus 4 is...
16.
Thank you. Which one is that?
I think you
The
cast
2
it.
pips, I'm
Did
quite
you
sure.
cast it at 2 or did you cast it at 1?
Quite sure you
Level
cast it. Oh.
You cast it at number 1?
First level, yeah.
The number...
No,
I'm
not
talking
the first level. Which
Oh,
scarecrow.
yeah. I casted at the one right in between you guys.
So
So he fires straight up the thing.
okay, so he cast it at Scarecrow number 1.
Yeah.
Scarecrow number 1 already...
What did I say?
took-
16?
13.
I'm tracking it. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I literally have it written here.
I know. But, you know.
It just took another
I'm just trying to do
16.
the fucking math.
Yeah. And what's worse, that if he is still alive, the next attack made against him has advantage.
Okay, yeah, so... Yep.
Because
Y'all
that's
don't
what
know.
Guiding Bolt
So,
does.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he,
So now that Scarecrow is glittering.
and it's radiant damage.
Sparkly. Yep.
Alright, that's all he's got for now.
Okay. So that means
Did we go back
Tyler's
to the top? Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay.
There's my
I don't
d6.
want to use that yet. So I guess I'm just going to make an attack with my glaive. So weird. I'm not used to using a D10 for it.
Wait, what?
Hit die.
You have to use D20 for a hit, though.
Why D20?
Because that's what you do in order to hit.
You gotta roll a hit first.
yeah, that's your damage die.
My bad.
Whoa!
Alright, that's
That hits.
20.
And then you roll the down.
Your glaive.
So 4.
Plus your dex.
Yeah.
So
8.
8.
And that's which one? 1?
Yep, and I can use
As a
D4.
Well,
bonus
I mean,
reaction.
you could
3.
you can roll the thing again because you have advantage on it. So you
Oh,
might as
yeah,
well
that's
see
right,
if you
too.
get that roll to
Oh,
that crit.
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Nope.
No,
No,
you
alright.
hit it regardless.
So, that was how much damage? It was 4
8
plus your
3.
dex. 8 plus 3 is 11. Alright, so you cut him in half.
Bam!
You swing your glaive out wildly. It cuts him in half, and you swing down the other half of the pole, and it just kind of batters the straw into this awful mess of just hay and torn fabric.
Okay.
And it's just
So it dead.
dead.
Dead. Alright. And I'm going to take the opportunity to move. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, so what was it? You said it can't use its reaction.
Yeah, like it at the start of its turn, it can now use its reaction.
Okay.
Once it hits its turn.
Yeah, but it had to wait until its turn in order to use its reaction. So anybody could have moved out of it, and it's basically paralyzed at this point.
Right.
It's like, oh, I want to hit him, but.
Okay, so next is Flint.
Hit that shit. Oh, I thought you were going to hit the other one.
No, I said I was going to help Alonzo. This is the one that's taking the least amount
Oh, I
of
thought you
damage.
told me to help Alonzo.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I just want to use my big bad attack.
16.
16 hits.
Okay. Bardic Inspiration is gone.
Yep.
Bardic Inspiration isn't for attack rolls.
Yeah, that's
Only
his
the-
regular inspiration. His DM inspiration. That's the one I gave him. 10. Which one is that? Number 3?
Yep.
Okay, so.
And my actual inspiration is gone.
Alright. So you swing out with your hammer. You manage to get a really solid hit. You feel the hay inside of this thing just kind of snapping and shifting and just coming apart and loosen up. And it seems kind of haggard. It's holding on to itself, just kind of hunched over somewhat. It doesn't need to breathe, but you get the feeling that if it could, it would be breathing rather.
Proficiency's only to hit, right? Not to
Yeah,
damage.
it's only to
Okay,
hit.
that's why I double checked. Yeah, it's still 10.
Alright.
Oh, I still didn't roll with my
So
+1 glaive.
next is the scarecrow. So this one is
fine,
gonna
you
lash
killed him
out
anyway.
in front of it. It's gonna go to hit Flint. 9.
No.
So it kind of it lashes out at you. It doesn't. It's not a full like. It's not very fast.
It's kind of
it's
a reactionary lash.
Yeah, very tired and slow, and you managed to sidestep it pretty easily. Number 2 is gonna swing on Sebastian. That's a hit. So you see as this the scarecrow reaches out, it lashes with its claws at Sebastian. 5 plus 1. Oh, I need a pencil. So it manages to sink its gross claws into Sebastian's like arm, shoulder kind of area up here on his forearm, and it takes its other claw and it attempts to hit him in the other arm. Manages to miss. He kind of shoves it as it's reaching out. The second attack misses. The first one hits, and Sebastian has to make a saving throw. Whoops. Didn't mean to roll twice. Misreading that. Yeah, he definitely succeeds. Next is Gurky.
Okay, there's not really much I can do.
Help Seabass.
I might as well help Seabass, you know.
He's clutching his shoulder, but he looks pretty alright.
I'm gonna use the good old vicious mockery on this little scarecrow bitch. I'm just gonna pull out my big ass bass guitar and just gonna be like, "You little dick bitch, you ain't gonna kill me, bitch."
But it doesn't have it's claws. It's a scarecrow. It doesn't have a
Alright, it's just mockery. So I
Hidden
rolled a
dick
save,
bitch.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Non-existent dick, bitch.
15 to hit. Just make it.
Saves.
Mock.
You said wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely fails.
Okay, so it's 1d4 psychic damage.
I thought it was a 1.
I'm actually gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah, that's
Regular
insane.
Distant
inspiration
Whisper is the
song.
one that does more.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dissonant whisper.
so it's 3,
Damn!
6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright,
There you go.
which one is this? Number 2?
And I use this, by the way. Wait,
I actually
You
hit
can use the
something.
inspiration die for damage?
yes.
Oh, I thought it was just
Yeah,
a
the
hit.
one I give you. Yeah.
Bardic
You
inspiration.
can use it
is
for
not.
literally anything for
The
anybody.
GM inspiration does use for anything.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, yeah. So the sound waves kind of echo down the path. They hit the scarecrow, and you see it start to kind of expand. And as the waves fill in one after the other, it just it explodes. Just this god awful mess of the hay and this tattered clothing just floating in the air for only a moment.
The only way that would have been better is if you said the scarecrow just looked down at itself and then just took one of its claws and reached inside its own chest and then fell over.
I don't think they have any particular anatomy, but yeah. You hurt me.
I killed one.
Oh God, he's right.
You almost died again.
Alright,
left.
here's
actually.
Faux June.
Alright, you guys want to see something cool?
Sure.
I haven't even gotten to do my cool
To be honest,
thing.
you still can't see that.
So,
My cool thing failed.
Oh, I should have action surged and went for a second attack.
check this. Being as how I see them attacking that guy, right?
They're in the hay, in the corn. You can't see them. They broke in line of sight from the main road.
So I actually have to get into that.
Yeah,
to
if you
see
move
them?
into the corn, you could see them.
Okay. So I will then move about. Am I in a hay right here?
Yeah.
Okay, I will move 10 feet to the left. Actually, move
How tall is the
here
scarecrow?
so that I actually.
Scarecrow was probably 5.5
There we go. There's the full 30.
It's the size of a normal human.
Yeah,
Almost.
there. That's a good sight. There we go.
It's
Just
shorter
wanted to make
than-
sure. Wanted to make sure I had a clear.
I mean,
a clear line
you'd
for him.
still be able to see over my
I
head
know.
anyway.
But still, just want to make sure I had a clear line.
How tall did you
so-
say the scarecrows were?
They're like the size of a normal human, a little over 5 feet.
Okay. So still taller than me, got it.
You're taller than you, shorter than the stocks, of course.
You guys will actually see my scale shine brighter blue, and you see like this orb of undulating energy of multitudes. And you'll hear me say in Draconic, I've actually been working on this one, and I will cast Chaos Bolt.
I knew he was coming to. I just didn't know we'd do it so soon.
Alright.
So what's the save?
It's not a save. I have to roll to hit.
Is that a direct line?
That is, I'm gonna need some help for this one, so I need a D4. Because that is a 9. That does not help. That makes it a 10. So I'm gonna need that D6 as well. Where's
From the
D6?
Bardic Inspiration, here's D6. Here you go.
That is a 13 to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Questions.
Yeah.
The D4.
Was from the
Bless.
Bless.
Oh, okay.
And then the D6
D4 was
from...
Bless. D6,
my Bardic Inspiration.
D6 was Bardic Inspiration. So,
Hold on.
Wait, I thought Bless was a flat 4.
no,
No, it's a D4.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Question.
see.
Who did number 3 attack last turn?
Me.
Damn it!
Him and
Okay, it's not like the Scarecrow would have known
Sebastian.
anyways that he would have had to break Sebastian's concentration. So yeah,
My
so
concentration.
yeah, what'd you
Plus,
say?
it didn't even hit
14
anyway,
hits.
so...
Alright.
Yeah,
Even if you had attacked him, it still wouldn't have hit him either.
that's true. Yeah.
Alright, that is a 1 and a 4. And so it'll be a total of 6 damage, but let's see which kind of damage it's going to be.
Oh, it's a random.
Because Chaos Bolt, depending on the damage die, can do a multitude of types of damage, depending on your result. So being as how
I
the
hope it's
results
fire
were a
damage.
1 and a 4.
Burn the whole cornfield down. I believe what I think I love.
Being as how it was a 1 and a 4, I can either make it do acid damage or lightning damage. I'm going to choose acid damage.
On a scarecrow. That's great.
Okay.
So the ball of
I would have just
energy.
kept with the trend and just went for more lightning damage.
Well, I can't choose that because the damage rolls were a 1 and a 4.
You
So
said your two options were acid or lightning.
no, it was acid or force.
Okay, you
Sorry.
said
okay.
lightning, so I was
Sorry
like,
about that. No,
I had lightning too. I thought you were gonna go with it.
no. So I choose acid damage. So you see the bolt that changes into a multitude of color. When it hits him, it actually turns green, and he gets splashed with a bunch of acid.
So it looks like that move from Mortal Kombat
That's
when Reptile
scary.
goes and makes the ball fly out. It hits. How much damage did it do?
It did 6 total.
Ooh, he's looking real
And then
low.
White has
He's still
to
not
make a
dead.
saving throw every time,
No, he's
right?
not, surprisingly.
God damn it.
Then White has to make a.
So it hits. He's,
Well, I
he's
can't
kind
see
of covered
this
in
shit.
acid.
All I see is straw flying all over the
You
place.
see it kind of burn his clothing.
Blobs.
This is just take damage every round.
Glad that was empty.
It's great.
It's just an attack.
Oh, it doesn't take like corrosive
So-
damage or anything?
No, not for a turn, no.
Man.
So it melts through it melts through the tattered clothing he's wearing. It
Actually
pulls to the
helps.
ground. The puddle of acid just seems to dissipate in the dirt. Next is Orc.
Alright.
You're just gonna attack it.
Might as well.
Oh my god!
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh my god!
That's not one.
Yeah, and this one was not hit by guided bolts.
You
so
know-
do not have advantage.
Okay, your rolls are good when you're not in combat.
Alright,
When
yeah,
you are in combat, your rolls suck.
In combat, switch to the red dice. Out of combat, stick with the gold.
All right, you ready? So you're feeling confident. You're like, yeah. You take your knife and you go to stab, and you go right through the middle, through this gaping hole in the middle of this scarecrow. Just
Where you've already been
You're
stabbed.
just like,
Okay. I'm gonna make an offhand attack.
all right.
The only thing you can hit.
What is that?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
that's a don't matter.
Ignore it.
That's
Oh,
not
you-
gonna hit.
You hit him in another hole.
So, yeah, you're feeling kind of shaky. You do like a backspin, but he just kind of leans out of the way and dodges it. With,
He moves the hole into the way of it.
It's just, your second slash manages to cut across a gash already carved into him. You miss.
Alright, tell you what, I'm just gonna move away from this guy.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Hopefully you don't.
And
I'm trying to think because he would get
Attack of
not
opportunity.
disadvantage but 1d4 minus.
Yep, he's baned.
All right, so the
Wait, this one
No,
wasn't.
No, that one's not
banned.
Oh, that one's not banned. Okay.
No,
two
no,
main
it's
ones
not.
are-
Because I couldn't see that one.
So as you go to run, he swipes out with his claw. 17.
That's definitely hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's 13.
That's a roughie.
3 plus 1, 4.
okay.
And make a wisdom saving throw.
Stop.
Okay, remember,
At least I'm not dead yet.
remember you still have blessed. So
So bless on that
+4.
saving throw.
Just roll the d4 with it.
8.
Roll that d4.
Roll that d4.
Oh my god, you
Right.
guys.
4.
Oh my god!
He just made
He got a 12. He makes it. Barely makes it.
Good
when
job.
you
You're
roll,
welcome. The only good thing you've done in combat.
I love blessed. It's the best level 1
When
spell
you-
you can get. Oh
when
my
you
God.
rolled that,
The
what
only
was
thing
it,
you
an
can make
8?
it
I was
better
like,
is
oh
if
my
you
god.
did more than 3, but it does.
So,
first level, I get one more
you feel this just
I only have 2
terror.
spells.
You know, there was
at your
waiting
mind,
to
and
use
for a
it.
second,
there was no point to bless
your
me if
heart
I'm just going to
skips a
sit in the
beat.
back.
and you shake your head. And
I
you
thought you
shake
were gonna
it
do
up.
more, and also saving throws.
I got you.
I mean,
For a second there, he feels himself filled with dread and terror, but then he remembers his love for the god Apollo, and his devoutness stirs and steals his resolve.
I got an even better one. You pee a little bit. You feel a little bit of tickle run down your leg. You shake off the wetness. Feel that terror just whew, calm, close call.
Terror in the body.
So Sebastian, he's gonna pull out.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin, just like wash it off.
It's so sad.
All right. 2, 4.
I can't
6,
coat anything in blood this time. They
5,
don't have
10,
blood.
15, 20. Cool. So he's gonna pull out his bitch ass crossbow. So Sebastian goes all Bond style. He's just like he fires a crossbow bolt, misses, fucking wide.
Completely misses.
Yeah, that was bad. It was a 5.
Would we have to make savings, or you just went wide of all of us?
No, you guys are fine.
He just shoots it over the head. Just
Yeah, it just kind of.
he pulls the trigger too early on the way
What
down.
is this? Isn't this Flint? Yeah, it goes like over Flint's head by like 6 inches. It's, he can move, but there's kind of no point if he can't attack. So he's gonna chill there. Go ahead, Kezia.
Please let me hit. Just let me hit. I want to do the big damage
Giggity.
on the last guy.
Good damage.
Don't forget your
No
plus
worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, so that's unnatural.
What is it?
Unnatural 20.
20?
Unnatural.
Unnatural? Okay, yeah.
Modified.
Regardless of the hits.
Okay, alright.
Dirty 20.
So I need to roll D10.
Yep.
Main hand tank. So that's 6.
Plus your dex. 6.
So that's 6. Alright, now I'm going to cast Divine Smite on it.
Nice.
My last spell slot. So that's 2d8 plus 1d8 per spell level, so 3d8. Alright, and...
God. Your Divine Smite's no joke.
4, 10, 12. From the dice. The
That's 2. That's very...
Faded 2.
Yeah, it's like not even there. There's no
that's
indentation.
8.
So it's 8 plus...
8 plus the 6?
8 plus 6, yeah.
So
That is
14. Wait, I think I had... Why did I have this other 4?
You did.
Were you going to do your bonus backhand strike?
You can't. Because
He's
the
using-
Divine Smite is...
Oh, it's your bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the
So that's
D4
it.
just
Oh,
happened to be-
wait. I forgot. I have Great Weapon Fighter now, so I can re-roll my 2s.
Yeah, you do.
But isn't that what your weapon though? Divine Smite is
This
No,
is
it
spell.
counts.
a spell.
What is it?
Does it count? No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. So those are still 2.
Regardless, it's still 14 damage.
Alright.
Oh, this would have been a reroll though.
Yeah.
The D10 would have been a
The
reroll. So
D10.
that was still 8.
That's still 8, so then... That's 10.
That's 10. So
So that goes to
18,
18 damage.
and then I'll use this just because I know it's probably overkill at this point, but
So it was overkill a long time ago. Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Just a ray of sunshine, just smiting it, just obliterating it, nothing left.
You guys feel the
You pick it
blast
up
of,
on your glaive.
you guys feel
Yeah.
this blast of air rushing across dirt, flying into the air. You guys kind of like steel yourselves against this divine blast. You covering your mouths.
Gurky just falls on the ground because he can't see everything that's going on. So
Oh,
all he sees is
you'd be
ray
able
of
to see
light.
this.
He's just going like this. Like,
You'd be able to see this.
The corn stalks bend out as if something large had come from the heavens and just smashed the ground and obliterated it.
I'm just looking at this,
within a
muttering
few
to
feet.
myself in Dwarven, maybe I should believe in Apollo.
and when the dust settles, there's no sign that this scarecrow was even here. You know the things that fill DMs with joy? When you waste all your shit and a spell slot on 6 damage?
Yeah, that's fine.
He's been waiting to do this.
I've been waiting to do that. I wanted to do it first time, but I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to do it right
Find
now.
your joy where you can, but that was severe overkill. I was like, okay,
He knew
6,
it.
yeah, that's perfect. And then you're like, nope, I'm gonna add all these D8s.
no
Okay,
chances.
I'm not gonna say anything until this is over.
I yell out to everybody.
I knew it was low. I just wanted to do
I
it.
yell out to everybody. Who wants to dress Gurky like a scarecrow?
Yeah, I wasn't in cat this time.
So,
Real quick. This is post combat, right?
yeah.
Okay, so before
This one's just completely gone, though.
Yeah. Well, they're scarecrows. They don't hold any loot or anything anymore.
All right, I'm gonna yell out. Did you kill it?
Well, what do you think?
Okay,
I'm gonna walk. Wait. I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm just be like, I see you taking some damage here. I'm going to give you the silver resistance potion for safekeeping.
So,
I'm gonna gather the straw from the other dead 2. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna dump it on top of Gurky.
okay. Can I do my thing first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk out to the road and I'm gonna.
No, do that first.
I'm not gonna walk like literally out. I'm gonna kind of peek my head out of the corn. I wanna make a perception check to see if anybody witnessed the fuckery that just went on.
all right. So you're looking where? Out at the road?
Yeah, I'm
Up the
looking
road?
towards the estate.
To see that ray.
Go ahead.
See that ray of light just rain down.
What is it?
19
See,
plus 6.
out of combat.
All right.
Out of combat.
Okay,
So,
out of combat die, in combat die.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact, you see a large group of men holding spears headed your way. They're filing out of the house. You can imagine they were filing out of the house, and
Yeah, they just saw a giant ray of
yeah,
sunlight
you
burst
notice
down
them
the
headed
field.
towards your way. And real quick,
Break before we continue more combat. If we're continuing more combat.
that'll be up to you guys.
That's why I'm asking
There's
everybody.
a solid maybe 15, 16 maybe guys coming your way.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Sebastian walks by each of you real quick.
Says the guy who hasn't taken damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sebastian's the only one on the road, so
I
that's the
grab
only
Gurky and I
person
throw him at
they
the
see.
man.
So you guys,
Did they see me poke my head out of the corn?
they would not have seen your head, no. But they do see whoever is on the road.
Which is Sebastian only.
So he walks between you and he touches you each on the arm.
Walks through the cornfield, touches us each on
Starting
the arm,
with,
back over here.
Kezia will say after that blow, as a token of appreciation, he gives you, I don't know if you need it, 11 health.
I'll take it. I'm down 7. Does
If
anyone
it's gonna
need it
waste
more?
anything for him, I don't need it at all. I didn't get hit.
Gurky takes 6.
Oh, you died.
I didn't get
10.
hit at all.
I don't know who's got hit, neither does Sebastian.
Alonzo,
take
him,
10?
and
Yes, just what I need.
Wayne did.
Well, Alonzo would have been aware of Wayne and Alonzo and Tyler.
Kezia Fojun take 8.
I'm back full.
So he quickly gives you guys a cure wounds.
12 max HP at level 2.
No, I have 14. I have 16 max HP.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was concerned. I was like, what? Did you roll the worst and not take the middle ground?
No, I actually rolled fantastic.
so as these guys approach, they
Not as
see
good as me.
No.
I
they
went
see
up 12
the
health on
flattened
level.
stocks where the
hit die only decent.
divine smite
That's
hit.
true.
They're kind of looking over everything, and you hear one of them shout, "We know you're in there! Come out with your hands up!"
Alright, I'm gonna make a stealth check.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
So who's gonna hide?
I'm gonna make a stealth check also.
Why not?
I'm gonna assume everybody make a stealth check.
Everybody that's not in the road.
I'm not making a stealth
18.
check. I'm actually going to come out and stand next to
9.
Sebastian.
I was about to say Sebastian's
9.
gonna join you. He's not hiding either.
18.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
okay. Alonzo, what'd you get?
I know
18.
Sebastian's in the road, and I'm going to stand next to
I
Sebastian.
also got 18.
I got 9. He got 9. We both got 9.
That was at disadvantage.
So you
right,
guys
'cause of
break
your armor.
even.
But
I
I'm
know
not
I have
moving.
disadvantage on stealth also.
I'm not moving. I'm just hiding in there.
That's fine. So
Even if it was, I don't think I'd roll lower than
all
I
right.
already did.
So you guys are kind of close together. I'm gonna count that as a group thing.
Okay.
There's no actual...
So I would do an average thing here, but you guys roll.
I mean, I'm still doing my thing. I'm still gonna try and break off and sneak around the back still.
So,
all right, but so as you guys,
do you want me to average that for you?
no, I don't need an average.
Okay.
They rolled 2 18s and 2 9s. It
No.
breaks even.
Okay.
So,
How tall are these corn stalks?
They're pretty tall.
Much
Taller
taller
than
than
all of
you.
us?
Wouldn't I get advantage on stealth just
Pretty sure-
because I'm so
pretty sure
short?
That averages out to about 14.
14? Yeah, so that's just a fail. So they linger for a couple of minutes. They look at Sebastian and Fojun here, and they're like, "Gentlemen, let's go. We have questions."
And I nod and
guess
nod.
we-
Wait, where are they? Are they off like
They're coming down. This is the road you guys are coming down. Yeah, so they would be here off map.
right here?
Yeah, so there's a large cluster of guys. They're not particularly feeling friendly after seeing that.
I walk out with pamphlets.
Just start handing them. None of them take. They have these very
gentlemen-
stern faces. They're wearing
Might
these
as well just
these
fucking move out
very
here, too. Fuck it.
these uniforms that are a very pristine white with like gold trimming and lacing on it.
I read these rolls a second ago. I just rolled 2 19s
okay.
and a 16.
So who's staying in the corner?
I am.
All right, so
I decided not to. I was like, fuck it.
so he prods Sebastian.
I'm gonna be right next.
One of the
right
guys
behind him.
prods Sebastian with his spear. Are there any more of you?
Oh.
Sebastian, he kind of looks over at the cornfield where you guys are standing.
I would like to assist him and telling him that there's no more of us. So he will make this with advantage.
24.
All right, go ahead and give me
Apollo
the
is always
I'm
with us.
taking action.
So you both speak up. You stand there shaking your head. He's like,
no,
there's nobody else here.
I rolled a 24 for deception.
So-
Apollo is always with us.
So I'm taking the help action to give him advantage on this roll.
Yeah, advantage. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my
succeeds.
god!
You rolled a 1 first, and then you reminded me he had advantage, and I was like, oh yeah, he's got backup. So
Thank you. Good sir.
all right, so they nod. They surround you, and they escort you down the rest of the path.
We're gonna
hang back a little bit and like kind of we're gonna keep an eye on them, but like stay within like
the cornstalk view.
All right. So they disappear up the path to the manor.
Buddies
It's
forever.
12 o'clock. You guys want to keep going?
This is not the time to do it.
I got
outside.
work, so probably not.
It's 12 o'clock right
Yeah,
now.
it's noon.
So.
You think these are Sean's gods?
All right. So
We're at his house.
we'll cut it there. They lead you to the front of this manor, this large facade. It's a very pristine, ornate-looking house from the outside. It's got a couple of floors. It's painted this stark white. It's covered in various brass window frames, and the door has a large brass knocker on it. And one of them swings the door. Two of them swing the doors open and usher you guys as a group into the foyer, and we'll pick up from there.
All right, as we are outside.
Oh my god. That was good. I actually really enjoyed that.
Should just been like, what, you guys want some of that?
Thank you for listening to the Coffee&D podcast. We'll roll with you next time.